Oh, here we go. I should be live. Welcome one and all. If you are actually watching, if you're one of the 100 and you get a notification, it's been a while. It's been a while. That is the title of the broadcast. And let me see. Can I just copy the link and throw it in the chat right here? Um, in case any beautiful people show up. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it has been a while. I was on Frega June. Well, I was watching Frega June. I wasn't on Frega June. Dan Frega's stream, his drawing stream, and then I switched over to Phil Diaz, who was closing out his stream and like saying about going to Michael Bancroft, and he's doing fulfillment. Good for him. Very good for him. That's always a good sign when somebody's getting their books out. Man, it's gonna be nightmarish from Australia on that shipping, man. Shipping is the crux, man. That is your what's the name of the dude? The Tanya Harding husband, going for the kneecaps. Those shipping charges, they can cripple you, man. They can cripple you. Yeah, but I've been busy. Personal life took over. I was on Lord Fernatra's stream talking about all this stuff. Oh, Christopher John. Christopher John's here. Thank you, Christopher John, showing up. God damn. I wasn't expecting anybody. I was expecting to just be like monologuing here, man. Love your work, by the way, dude. You and Unhinged have like a unique style, like kind of Sam Keith. I really dig it. Like it's something like I could probably copy, with something in front of me, but I can never replicate just like on my own. I really dig it. I really dig somebody that has like unique style. I was just speaking off the top of my head, man. I think I have yet to pick it up. A package of Starblades, which I think I'm gonna have like mixed feelings about, and at the same time, Alterna, Peter Simeti's like mega package. I ordered I think the top of the line of that. I think I have those to pick up, but I have not looked at them yet. And you're welcome, by the way, man. You are phenomenal talent, man. I feel like as I like to throw myself into the fray, but man, every time I feel like I'm about to, it's like the levels have just gone up and up and up. Man, I see some of these campaigns, I see some of these artists, and I'm just like, God damn, man! Like, holy shit! I have to keep hitting the gym or something. And I'm in a situation personally where it's like, when it rains, it pours. Silence. Nobody. I was just doing my own thing, just like mainly like Jack Show, Cecil art pieces, and then all of a sudden it's like some people hit me up. I promised Lord Fernatra I'd do some shit for him, and then some guy wants me to do some stuff for him as well. And at the same time, I said, hey, I'm interested in doing something for another book. No money really talked about. It's more exposure. And it's several pages, well, 8 so far, with the possibility of more. And oh my God, it's just like all at once, it all tumbles in, and it's a lot. Toy John Lee, or Toy John Lay. I'll struggle with that one. And thank you for loving my work, Christopher John. And I can't believe I'm honest. I can't believe anyone's here watching this. Does Cecil have anything for you on Cash Grab too? It's been silence, man. When it comes to communications with Cecil, it's very limited. I wish it was kind of more, but at the same time, I figure the guy has a life. He has these like weird side gigs I think he picks up, and so anytime I ever communicate with him, I try to put everything I could think I'd need to question him on and all the relevant info I'd want to hit him with all in one go. So I don't know. He said that I'll have some kind of gig on it. I would be really, really, really on board for Dick Ryder. I mean, that's the thing that I've been doing over and over and over again. He has hesitations, though, about the fact that it's kind of like a parody of Ghost Rider and what that might mean. He doesn't get blasted with any like lawsuits, especially from Disney, which has like a bottomless pit of lawyers and stuff. I feel like it's fair use parody, and I'm willing to take it as far away from the original to make that happen. But if he wants to scrap it, I'm all right with that and go with something else. I think the beauty of Cecil is the flexibility in his character. I thought about it. Who are truly CG characters? And I feel like it's members of the community that just have risen up and through the ranks. Cyberfrog was the '90s property of Ethan's that he's revitalized, and it's great. And I think that he's doing magnificent work with it. But like truly seeded in and grown from like the Comicsgate thing, I think of like the people that are characters already. Cecil, Kami Mark. I don't know. I guess you could distill the personalities of any of the people. John Malin could even be that. Maybe the Starlight Cats, I guess, in a way. The Barnaby thing is like very memeable. But yeah, it's like the stuff that's just been like, man, put through the ringer. I mean, I don't know how many people remember the early Cecil appearances, but that guy was like being convinced to kill himself at that time. Do you have a piece going in the fan art book? Yes, I have several pieces apparently, according to Cecil. I can't wait for it. I have several orders placed in. I was one of the ones that thought, man, I just love the back of project that doesn't deliver anything. But yeah, we might actually get stuff, man. Let's see. Dick Ryder writes itself. He shouldn't. I can click on this stuff, right? There we go. Yeah, I think so too. And I feel like I would be taking one for the team on the artist side. Who wants to be the artist on Dick Ryder? Like I drew Dick Ryder. And all the flack you get for that, I feel like I'm taking it for the team. And here we go. Hi, Razmaz. Razmaz is a trooper, man. This guy showing up everywhere. Ever I look, I see Razmaz. I don't know. They knew who would win. Who would win? I've been talking too long, man. I don't know. And Jay Dollar, I have to say, I don't know. Have you seen this dude? I thought it might have been you. People were talking about. I'm a little embarrassed to say this, but I confused you for another man who had these companion dolls. These ladies, Callie, and so I don't know if you saw the Camel Moon stream. But there's some dude that's like Jay Dalla Hefner. Jay Dalla. Wait, okay. Jay Doll Hefner. And I was thinking of you. I'm sorry, man. It was a confusion point, man. I'm telling you, you guys have like similar names, and I was just like, oh my god, what did I miss here? Yeah. I didn't know that. I had just seen the tweets going out where it was like Cecil commented on the video and he got a response, And I was like, oh, did he change his name again? And I mean, come on, it's all like high stakes, men of pleasure kind of thing. J Dollar Sign, J Dollar Hefner. I'm sorry, man. That was my mistake, I have to say. But man, what are the odds? What are the odds of that, man? J Dollar King. Yeah, I swear, J Dollar Sign. You didn't have J Dollar King at any point in time. I swear to God, I saw it, and I was just like, wait, what? What happened here? I know you've got your own thing going on, and I appreciate that. I appreciate everything you do, man. But yeah, I was initially thinking that when I saw that. Thank you, everybody, for being here. There must be nothing going on right now to have even 4 viewers. I thought there was this absence of space, man. Michael Bancroft would have had you all by the nuts, I bet, right now. But yeah, Lord Finatra. Yeah, I'm kind of working on something for him. Like I said, I don't know if I said it here. I started talking and I didn't even know I was live. I did the same the same mistake. It's been so long since I've been in on a stream and stuff. I forgot to hit the go live button. I started talking. But yeah, Lord Finatra. Kami Mark told me he wanted me on Ash. Well, he asked me if I wanted to be on Ashcan, and I said yeah. And so I'm kind of doing stuff for that. And somebody else is trying to commission me, and so I have like all these projects plus my daily life, which is also being a little bit demanding at the moment. So I'm kind of stretched thin a little bit, and I always try to keep an online profile as well, man. So I do these like Frege things. It's like 30 minutes, an hour of my time at best. And I try to keep up with Jack Show too. So I did. Oh, man, I should have been more prepped. I'll see if I can pull it up here. So I did for Captain Chokeout. It's his like little avatar. Which is it's a parody of the Captain Crunch cereal. What? I'm trying to find myself here. Oh. How dumb am I, man? I don't even remember my own Twitter handle. I did Jawbreakers, not Jaw Smashers. What a fool. And then I can't reach it? What? I try to keep my Chrome separate, man, so they don't follow me. I don't have any DM problems. But yeah, Captain Chokeout's thing I did as a parody of Captain Crunch. And then I already had Cecil as like a thing. It was my last piece I think I did for Jack Show, Dix, as a play on Kicks. And I'm thinking of for Anna doing like psychos, and some kind of tagline about like fattening up your man so he can't run away from you. So clearly killed the blunt. No, I've been drinking, man. I'm thinking about switching over though to that. I'd like to get into edibles, man, but it's just like I don't have a hookup yet. I need a hookup, but once I do, we'll see how that goes. Have you guys seen the YouTube trend shit? It's just so it's so fucking basic. It drives me nuts when I see it. I think honestly, Jack Show. If you have Malin, Cecil, Ethan on some level, but Ethan even has like a point that he pulls back, pulls away. But yeah, Malin, Cecil. Who else? Fred can roll with it. Shane, especially when he drinks, rolls with it. These guys are some of the most entertaining content I've ever seen. You know, just like you're watching people just talk to each other. It should be the most boring content you've ever watched, but it's actually fucking engaging. And Camel Moon's last one was really good too. I don't watch them all the time. I mean, I feel like there's so much content out there. But it was what? Bancroft, Camel Moon, Malin, Chokeout. Chokeout too. He's like a wild card. He's come on Twitter, and the shit he posts, the range of it, it's just I don't know how to classify the guy. It's some of the grossest things I've ever seen, and at the same time, it's just like the guy is almost like doing chef quality work. At the same time, he's like in rave stuff. He's doing lifting, and then it's just like you see a pig with overgrown testicles video pop up, and you're just like, what the fuck? What the fuck is this? That's Captain Chokeout. If you follow Captain Chokeout, but yeah, if you go to YouTube and you just go to like your trending page and stuff like that, it is some of like the hokiest shit I've ever seen. Just trying to like shove it down your throat, garbage. And a number of these videos, even in like the domain we're in, you know, comic book fandom, manga fandom, and you know all the spin-off stuff, the Disney Plus garbage, the latest pre-production release of XYZ, He-Man, whatever the fuck. It's just like people circling the drain of the conversation. Like I've watched it and within like 2 minutes I just click away because they don't get to any fucking point at all. You're just like, what? Get to the goddamn story. What state you in? I'm actually in Virginia, and they've legalized it. I think for like 2024 or something. It's fucking ludicrous, man. It's just like you just sitting there waiting for it to happen. Like they're cool with it, but you gotta wait for it. Yeah, totally. Trending is really still, yeah. It's the worst shit, and yet you see it's got like 20 million views or something stupid, something goddamn stupid, and you gotta figure, dude, that's like what we're at like 300 million, so that's like 1 out of 6 people you see have watched the trash you see on that trending page. It's disheartening, man. Like you know, I love the fact that the shows are small enough because it seems like they'll skate by, but at the same time, if you've seen any of these fringe content channels, all it takes is just a little focus by these overlords, this YouTube watch group, to just like eviscerate all of them, just get rid of all of them, salty earth after them. It's going towards corporate content, and it's such trash shit. All the I mean, look at the whole you know, just the Wuhan hypothesis that this lab that did all this stuff, and I might even be in danger at 4 viewers and no streams for 6 months for saying that, because the YouTube algorithm bot thing is like just searching for the word content, title content in any video, and your verbiage and all that. The fact that under a Trump presidency, this was misinformation. And all of a sudden now it's like, oh yeah, it's actually a credible theory. And we're seeing all these email releases and communications that kind of implicate it heavily. Years ago, research teams were involved with bats and the specific like spiked protein and transmission of this virus. And it just so happens that this virus strain fits all those parameters. Wow, isn't that crazy? And the ground zero seems to be right where this research lab we funded, World Health funded, happens to be. I mean, guys, it's fucking nuts, man. It's fucking nuts. It's the best radio in the world. YouTube channel's the most baked shit. Yes, most certainly. I mean, took out its little 15 minutes of fame 2 years ago. What was that? I don't remember that. What did he do? Must have been something crazy. Let's see here. It's just a social experiment, bro. Yeah. The whole world's in. Yeah, we're all locked down for it, man. And Razmaz, as I remember, you're in Mexico, and they were talking about or he was saying, and I assume you're being on the level. They would pull you over if you weren't wearing a mask in your car, man. Like you see some of these psychos, like with masks in like the most ridiculous locations, and it's like, no, they're actually enforcing this in some places, man. It's fucking insane. Don't forget the flu and pneumonia went away too. Like, he's suspicious. Listen, the respiratory viruses, they ain't going anywhere. All right, like all the lockdowns, all the mask mandates, everything, it's still going around. Like, it's not stopping. The transmission is beating out everything we can do against it. Unless people are going to go full lockdown, it's just a part of life. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. And the fact that some of these El Gargoyle, welcome back, my friend, bring in the eggplant, the major eggplant. I shouldn't go too far into it, though. I was when it cops on more masks. No one at the banks. I don't know about the banks, man. Like around here, I guess you had to schedule your bank appointment. Like, how fucking ridiculous are we gonna get, man? Like, one of my coworkers, he had cancer that had to be carved out of the side of his face, and every time he has to go back in for surgery, because it's like major, it's like taking flesh from another part of his body, carving it away, sculpting it to his face, all that, to film this patch that they had to take out. And yet every time he has to ever go in, it's like he has to go through this extra COVID test. And he's freaked out about it. And he's also on the other side of me. I'm just like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, the vaccine isn't enough. The masks aren't enough. The distancing isn't enough. The lockdown isn't enough. Like, here we go. Yep. People look at me like I was a monster. I was walking down the street with a mask. Now people are starting to give us a shit. Yeah, that's the way it is right now. And I'm joining the camp of I have not been vaccinated. I caught it last year. Nothing happened really. And at the same time, it's just kind of like I'd rather be on the side of, like, we see each other's faces. We just deal with it like men and women, like adults. Like, this isn't gonna fucking kill. Like, you have a 99 guys. Imagine playing Russian roulette, and you have 100 bullet revolver, and there's one bullet in the chamber, and you're handing it off between you guys. I mean, at what point do you get scared? And I think it's more like 1 in 1,000 chambers. It's not that bad. Delta variant, yeah, I've heard that it's not that dangerous, but it spreads easier. Like it's basically the evolution you expect on a virus, right? Like it's spreading, but it's not killing its host. That's the whole point of a virus, is that it wants to duplicate, but at the same time, like if it kills you too fast, there's no real point to it. Like it's just not transmissible. It doesn't. We had people with Ebola. Do you know? We had people with Ebola. Doctors carrying Ebola back here, just hitting it up the old strip. You know, having a great old grand time. No one freaked the fuck out. You know, it could have been, and that's way more serious. Like I would understand if it was like even a 10% chance you died. This is like less than 1% for most people. We have an aging population who are growing in number. Something's going to punch your ticket, you know? And if you can't survive it this time, what, you think you're going to make it the next year round? I don't care what they give you as a vaccine and everything. Like, at some point, you just got to accept the fact you weren't fit enough. Oh, there we are. We're at the end of the comments there. Yeah, that's my little personal thought. I shouldn't spread it, you know. I don't affect my fan base. But yeah, I think people need to be more real about the whole thing. I think we're due for much more severe stuff from what we haven't done than what we have done. Yeah, we'll wait and see the results. Yeah, that would be great. Wait till August, yo. Yes, absolutely. It's gonna be lit. I hope so. I mean, I like, a part of me is like, I wish it really did hit us, like in the way they've built it up to be. You know, it's so dirty. You know, like there's all this funding and stuff going into like every reported case. It was just a fucking mess, man. Open the damn border. Oh man, I would feel that pain, except I feel like I'm waiting on it anyways. As mess. Some of the products I've been on. Then switch up the Delta variant. Yeah. The Delta variant. It's never gonna end, guys. I mean, unless we just like stop giving a shit, which is why I've given up the whole wearing the mask where I don't have to wear a mask thing. Because like I've seen it lately, a lot of people stop coming in with it wearing, and it's refreshing to see people's full fucking faces. It's nice. It's nice to have a normalcy. You know, and I think it's fucked up that people are injecting themselves with a vaccine. They have no idea the long-term implications of this are, and the fact that they're putting those kids that are really at super low risk numbers, super low risk. That's insane to me. No one can vouch for it beyond that. If you know anything about the way vaccinations are done, I mean, this is not FDA approved, guys. This is like stage 3, which is like it's still in testing phase. We don't know. No one can say they know what the long-term implications of this shit is. So if you can at all avoid it, I'd say avoid it. You know, but if I were 60, yeah, I'd probably put myself in with this thing. But man, 40 and below, I don't think there's a reason to have it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing my Starblades, my Returna. I got like the Mega Pack, man, like the Mega Edition. I don't know what the tier was, but yeah, I got that. I'm jealous of the people that got the Worst in All. I was expecting that campaign to go on so much longer than it did. I missed out on getting any tier. So I'm probably going to be one of those eBay suckers, paying more for the same product. But yeah, man, those executive, junior executive things. He closed out that campaign. It started after Wreck Planet, and he just closed it down super quick. There was probably a warning, but I think I was busy the day it closed down, and I just missed that last window of opportunity. It's the risk that goes with all the Indiegogo campaigns, man. I didn't get Did anyone get $4.99? That's in chat right now, because I didn't get that, and I was kind of like, eh. But then I thought, man, they're going down like a Willy Wonka chocolate road, man. Like, I don't know if I can follow you guys, man. Just wait until the U.S. makes a mandatory to get a vaccine. Yeah, I know. That's the travel thing's major, and like we've had between me, my girl, her siblings, and stuff. Like, we were gonna go to Cancun before all this shit went down, and then it was like that summer, all the lockdowns went in place, and at least the travel site was like giving us like an extension. Now that just means you're vying for the same spots with more people, which means you might not get the same fucking vacation you wanted. And at the same time, there's this whole thing like once you're in another country, you're under their laws and mandates. The testing situations and all that shit. Like, if you come back positive on COVID, you're staying there another couple weeks or whatever. Like, you can't travel. And Jesus Christ, like the hotel rates, I don't know what you do. Like, if it's still in place, I don't care to fucking travel. I don't care to travel. Like, I was never really big on it anyways, you know, like, unless I can drive myself back, I don't care, man. No one's picking up. Oh, $4.99 came today. Christopher John, did you read it? Do you look at it? Is it what you're expecting? Yeah, Earthbound 2. I heard Earthbound was good. And I missed that. So I'm looking forward to picking up that from Earthbound 2. It seems more streamlined. I don't know. I remember seeing the Zach videos about $4.99 and being like, man, like, is Narwhal God, what the fuck's Warren Ellis? What is his name? Who's this guy? Hypnotizing women? Did he do that to Zach? Did he hypnotize him? Like, did they just talk to one another and they just like went off on this like psychedelic trip path? Like, I remember seeing the previews of it originally. He's like, oh, we're reworking it. We're pulling out all the dead weight of the story. Like, I can appreciate that. I think about that even like when I think on like a campaign I might run. And eventually that's the hope. I'd rather get like a couple side gigs and test myself before I go for like a full book. But yeah, you know, like it's like imagine you only have 48 pages to get a story across. I don't think that's crazy. I feel like a lot of the standalone Elseworlds series and graphic novels back in the day, the 80s and 90s, 48 pages was kind of a standard. You could tell a story. You could tell a good story in that amount of time, but you have to be scrupulous about how you spend all those pages. And, you know, I thought that was all right. But then I saw these, like, fucking neon bright pages you're showing, and I was like, you know, I probably would have backed this book, but I'm not so sure anymore. I don't know. I feel like this is more experimental, and I can appreciate that. I can appreciate it, but, you know, wallet and all, you know. Warren Ellis, yes, Warren Ellis, yes. I feel like Narwhal, Warren Ellis, maybe Zach, you know. He hypnotized them. Yes, that's right. He put that Narwhal magic on him. Very different. Yeah, that's a way of putting it. That's a very didn't Zeckler? I don't think so. I think he maybe weighed in on it, but I think Narwhal was in the art direction department. But he had these videos, man, that he posted about it, where he was psyched. I mean, psyched. Like he felt like we've turned a corner on the art direction, and like we were weighed down by this whole muted gray. Well, he was talking about like it's a Cold War story, and then you switch over to like these, I mean, bright purple, red, yellow, green mixture of palettes, man. It's just like, what happened here exactly? I don't know. I've heard people sing praises about it. I didn't actually order it, so I can't say for myself what it is. I feel like digital offerings should be up for any book. I think that's an easy sell. You don't have to worry about shipping at any point in time. I feel like that's kind of a wave of the future, and Zach was one of the guys I had at the top of the ranks in terms of campaigns and everything. I remember backing, what was it, Jawbreakers, God King. I remember backing that. What was his other one? Iron Sights 2, Pandemic, and Battle to Know. Man, I backed all those campaigns, and within like a month or two, boom, book at my door. Like from when I backed it. And since then, it's been like silence. It's been nothing. And I've heard all of the story and stuff. It's just like, man, that's like a hell of a point to trip yourself up at. I thought this guy is like hitting that quarterly mark. That is perfect cadence for somebody as a creator. Zach colored it. Okay. All right. I didn't know that. It might be, man. I don't know. I'd be curious to know his daily routine, if he has any vices and stuff. I love the guy, and yet I'm like confounded at some of his choices too. We all owe something to him, a tip of the hat at least. But yeah, some of his choices are questionable. Some of his judgments are questionable, in my opinion. But I think we owe more. I think I don't at all fault him on the whole dropping the Mark Waid suit. How long did it go on? 2 years? 2.5 years? Still, like, not even in trial. And I imagine, I don't know if you've ever known anybody in a lawsuit, man, but that'll like wear on your soul. It's like having a flat tire in the morning. It's like having something break down, replace XYZ in your house every fucking day. Like it's just like this weight on your mind, on your soul, and not even knowing if it will work out your way or not. The stupidest shit you can get involved in over a lawsuit and worry about and wonder, like, is this going to cost me nothing, or is it going to cost me my whole fucking life savings and more? I don't blame him for backing out of that. That was a weight to bear that I'm sure we all would have backed him up, but still, like, I wouldn't want to be burdened by that personally. Talk about Zach's vice. Probably it's probably is a staple, man. People would complain about it, and he thanked me for telling him that was it. Yeah. Not only that, man, but I mean the dumbest shit you could be brought up. Like, I mean, like, you just were sitting in like a waiting line of traffic, and your foot slipped out the brake a bit. You bumped into the person in front of you, and all of a sudden they're saying their neck hurts. there goes 5-6 months of your fucking life defending yourself. It's Mexico. Yeah, exactly. EVS is on. Oh no, don't abandon me, guys. He's probably promoting just a layer Cyberfog merch. All right, just think of it on that lines. You can inform me. It's all right if you leave though. You don't have to stick around if you don't want to. Yeah, I think so. I don't know that he got money out of it necessarily, but I think he got what he wanted out of it. That joint thing of like it's trying times and all that. I feel like that was Mark Wade's takeaway from it. If I was trying to break it down, read between the lines on the way that all went down, I think there's more victory in his part than anything else. I know it's not the complete victory, trouncing victory everybody wanted, but I don't know that was a guarantee that he walked away with that. Guys, have you seen the way things have sloped lately? It could very well go completely not in his favor, even in Tejas, the great land of Tejas, right? So I'm going to talk shit about Smiller. Oh, I bet. I saw some of that thread, man. Jesus Christ. I just dropped the guy. I don't care for that sort of drama, even between people that have taken up stuff with me. I don't care to drag it out, man. I'm hanging out here. Thank you, Lord Finatra. I will work on your shit, by the way. I don't know if you heard my whole thing about like where like I'm kind of overloaded. I have priority on a project, but communication is low. I don't know, but we'll see. It's hopefully ended by June. Either 20 minutes of intro. Oh, and campaign promos. Probably 10 minutes of intro. Maybe another 10 minutes of campaign promos. I appreciate somebody that does that, though. As much as I'm like, man, I wish these guys. I think John is probably my favorite of the mix, right? Of content creator and a guy who makes actual books and stuff, and he has the right approach to it. Like he's not going into Project Thunder godlike until he gets Graveyard Shift out there, But he's still hitting that. He's still banging that drum on YouTube. He's entertaining. I mean, when you think about it, guys, like the odds of like these people having an interesting personality, engaging personality, and being able to do what they do, it's very like I expect more. Like I appreciate Kenneth Rocafort's talent artistically. I think he's top tier, man, god tier talent. But you get him on a stream, it's kind of But I wouldn't back him for that. I back him for that talent. Rob Willis is a top talent. He has a shitty connection, like literal connection on the internet. I was worried about his Shinobi Sasquatch campaign, but then I saw on the Nasher thing, he's got like 55 pages penciled. Dude's kind of booking it, he still has to ink it and all that. That's something they could parse out, but I'd like to see him do it myself. But at the same time, he's not necessarily a personality, but a great talent. You have those guys, right? That's more what I expect. And the fact that like you have like Cecil, John, Ethan, Shane, I guess you could say even Mike in a way. He brings his own thing. I like the dirty bastard Mike, the kumquat stealing Mike. Where he's like, when people call him out, he's like, nobody wants him. Like, just the way he passed off that line, everything, and then sold the whole. I brought a Ziploc bag. Oh wow, I can just bag these up and take them home with me. There's a part of me that likes that, and also the thing where like he had the dented box, where he just basically put his own book up. I think that's top tier trolling. I wish he could hang with us better. He doesn't, but Um, you know, a personality like that, it's so random to get. We've had so many crash and burn since the start. Uh, and I appreciate everyone that's just worked well with the system. Not going anywhere. Thank you, Christopher John. He lost a lot of power influence from. Yeah, he did. He did. Well, I mean, the whole system did too. Since then, I mean, they were just proven to be, the people that brought the whole thing down. I mean, Jesus Christ. I mean, the numbers were always slipping, but to just keep rolling into the crash, after all the signs, it's just insane when you think about it. The gifts these people were given, and they just fucking flushed it down the toilet. Um, I don't know. It is kind of a travesty, and it sucks too because there's a lot of old content that's really good, and I don't know that it's going to get reprinted. A lot of these collections and stuff that are getting released, they're probably going to be out of print at some point. Be huge collector items. So I mean, if I had the money, I'd throw it at these absolute editions, these omnibuses they're putting out. Anything you really like, buy a double of, so you can sell it later on down the road. Because I don't know that they're gonna reproduce these down the line the same way again. That's more than enough. I don't know what that was to. Right. No rush, my man. Thank you, Lord Finatra. I'll get you some top tier stuff, man. Take your time. John is great. John is great. My girlfriend, she watches some of this stuff, and she's a huge Cecil fan. I think John is her second favorite. And it's kind of a mix, a wash after that. She liked Kelsey, but when she saw Drunk Raging Kelsey, she wasn't sure what to make of it. Making more new drama. Oh no. I didn't want to do that. But I don't know. I'm willing to take on more viewership, right? Drama means more viewership. Let's see. Everyone thinks the hot new CG artists are going to blow up the YouTube scene. Wait and see, man. I feel like the true test of anyone right now is fulfillment. Like, I would be more convinced by somebody who's like, I got all the pages drawn out. Next thing is maybe coloring them. Coloring, dude. Any art project, I can tell this from my own experience, man. Double the time. Like, coloring is seriously half the battle. Most of it's the flats. Nobody likes doing flats. Then it's hard to find somebody who does flats well if you're gonna pay them to do it. And at the same time, like, it's still like designating the right color values and everything, and then hoping that the print looks the same as what you see on your screen. It's a nightmare, man. Black and white's so easy. But yeah, wait and see, man. Wait and see. I wish people just put out books more frequently. Those see Kyun at all might can be difficult. Just a bit. Like, as always. Extra. Oh man, Mike is so stubborn. Let's see here. Girlfriend is just a photo of Cecil with a wig. I love the psycho comments. Who was it? Mortal V? Is that the guy's name? I love, like, there was a point where Ethan compared me to a serial killer, which I think my girlfriend took issue with. she's kind of downgraded him on that curve. But I appreciated the fact that in the same stream he said that. He's like, oh, you should have like a coffee table art book of Cecil by Lucius. So it's kind of like he was paying me an insult and a compliment in the same thing, And Mortal V had put on after the serial killer comment, his final piece of art is going to be taking Cecil's face and wearing it as a mask. And I thought, I didn't think of that, and I kind of wish it had because it's so artistic and psycho at the same moment. You know, like it just encapsulates everything you'd want as an artist and a psychotic person in the same moment. Let's see. As LOL. I don't like flats. I like busties. I'm more of an ass man myself, but I can appreciate a good rack on a girl. Everyone loves that. Just pay flatters with exposure. They should be paying for the first fine CG books. Dude, that it's seriously grunt work. Apparently, there's a girl out there that does really good stuff, but she walked away and came back. But yeah, she'd do that book. I'll back it. Yeah. So, how many of you guys have received your Starblades books? I think I got the signed version, so it came later, but I still, it's there. I have yet to pick it up. That's the only thing. You know, from what I've seen, I think Calaverta has a ton of talent. I saw that animated trailer he did, and I kind of want to do something like that. I just need Cecil to tell me you're on the book, and then I'll try to devote my energy. But every time I've done anything animation, I've just like started on it, and within like, I don't know, 1 second of animation, I'm like, I wish I never tried doing this. The time sink that goes into it, it's enormous. It's enormous. And if you want it to look anything good, bigger still, I'd much rather do an Anna portrait and get nuked from orbit when I finish it, because she never enjoys anything done. I don't know. I feel like she has like such a high degree of body dysmorphia. She hates the version of people draw of her. You know, like she's so down on herself. Maybe, I don't know. I want justice for blockheads. I don't know if you remember it. I remember it because I was part of the castigated group of artists. But Blockheads did a series of Jack Show blockheads, and he had taken, for the portrait of Anna, her own drawing that seemed like a Lego version of her face, and she just like was offended anybody would do it. The guy's not making any money. He's just putting them out there. These are like he just sends out like the PDF files or something, so you can print it out and cut it out yourself as paper dolls. But he does, I think, for the initial photo things, like he puts them on plastic. I have a 2019 Cecil. I won from an art contest. I dig it. I really dig his style. But she shit all over his thing, and like Cecil was like, this guy is like taking time out of his day to make an action figure for you. Like, well, why are you treating him like this? And I loved it too. It was like the Lesbiana stream. That was also the same one where like Ethan was shown on his horse. I want to say it was Hercules, but it was a different fucking name. That was just what Cecil called him for holding Ethan up. Lesbiana was born out of it, and everyone gave her shit about taking issue with like fan art and stuff, because like my signature look is that my hair is parted down the middle, and it's like, so you're just generic, and I love the little takedown they did on that. She tore it apart. See, someone else remembers it. Yeah, and it was just like, this guy's done multiple campaigns and stuff, and Anna's an alien. Yeah, something like that. Jabba movies animating is pain ass. Yes, it is. It fucking is. I kind of wish I maybe went down the path of like the what's his name? It used to be Russian Robot. It's something like anime something or the other. The guy doesn't have that many followers for the stuff he puts out. I feel like it's just like his stuff gets shared enough that people probably feel like he's following. But he does great. Like he's been in several promotional images and stuff for the Jack show. They've shown his stuff off. He does great stuff. I would love to just do the photo work. I was always concentrated on drawing. So I did it the hard way, the slow way. Starblaze is badass, but I hear people say Trace or some shit. Yeah, I feel like it possibly could be. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Like, you guys have to realize, if you have to draw pages and pages of work, sometimes you might just trace. You might. But I would try to transform always if I trace. This is me. Blockheads is damn sketch. I know Blockheads did a Kelsey one. I remember like messaging him saying that the Kelsey portrait should mug the camera like it was I'm talking to the lady. That clip. And somebody did the courtesy of doing that for me without I just requested it and somebody else did it. Either me or Blockheads. But I know Blockheads did do a Kelsey one. But yeah, Kelsey had an outstanding artwork to send out. He was slow about that, so maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know. Anna doesn't even know how to draw herself. Well, there was the this, what was it? Stealing Solo campaign or something. Something with the Star Wars people. I'm not big on Star Wars. I forget the Phantom Menace group, and she was supposed to color it or something. She had a great Ethan portrait, but her own portrait was just like, whoa, way off. And kind of like, well, you're that second line of defense. Why would you let that slip when you rag on everybody for the slightest deviation from your own representation? I mean, so there's a story I heard where TV Guide, they used to do illustrations for TV Guide on the front cover, and Oprah killed it because she complained about somebody not getting her face right enough to the point that they're like, fuck it, we're only going to use photos from now on. And that killed like illustration jobs in the whole market. And I feel like Anna would be that person. She would be that person to just like rag on, it doesn't look anything like me, even though, like, if you quizzed people, 99 out of 100 say, yeah, it's her. Not good enough. Let's see. Anna's annoying. All right. Chased over what? I think the thing was, they said that Kyle Riddle might have had 3D models. It's possible. I think he may have had just like a it kind of looked like the there's like this gray figure pose model that they sell everywhere. It kind of looked like the face off of that. It's just like it lacked expression in any way, and essentially, as long as you still hit the same like basic head shape and everything, like the nose, the eyes, they all look the same roughly. You just be like, okay, it looks like a trace model. I think Kyle Ritter is talented enough. The fucking guy could do whatever he wanted to do. He might have been rushed on time. The guy's coloring all the fucking Cyberfog books. He's probably on Rainbow Brute. He's probably on every piece of like promotional, the cards, everything else for Cyberfog. Yeah, I mean, time is always a crunch, and like, however you can cut those corners and get by, you do it, A number of people use 3D models in the whole gig. So I wouldn't say that's like necessarily something to crucify him on. But I would shuffle it up. I would give it a little bit of a difference and stuff. But that's me. Everyone's going to have their own approach. The guy's doing the whole fucking thing, man. He's writing it. I think he did everything, like lettering it, coloring it, inking it, all of it, man. It's a huge project to take on, no doubt. So I would throw him some bones on that, but at the same time, it's like I feel like, if you can prove what you're doing, do it. Take the feedback. 3D models, yeah. Like there are, like I have some on my iPad, but I rarely dip into them just because I mean, there's limitations. Like they do impossible poses, man. Like, and when they do, they look like a rubber doll pulled too far one way. It's like there's limitations you can take on it, but it can give you great reference. Like when you don't have a perfectly bodied male or female in front of you to just say, yeah, hit this pose. 3D models go a long way. Yeah. I mean, wouldn't call it's not drawing. There's so much you have to fit in. Again, time crunch and all that. Yeah, I mean, you can always weigh him by that. I mean, all the flaws you see in the old quote unquote masters, is from the lack of stuff that they had in front of them. Like, I would try to strike a balance. I think on some of the great books I've looked at and what I consider great books and artists and stuff, like I like to think of like Watchmen, Akira, Berserk. I don't know. There's a lot of like 90 comics I was into, but I'm trying to think of like the standouts, the things that really struck a chord with me. I like watching cartoons, kayfabe videos, and watch them like take apart, like the panel decisions and layouts and everything, and complimenting what they like and don't like. Alan Moore, I mean, God, the guy From Hell and Watchmen, I consider great books, and I like the Swamp Thing saga too. Akira, I have all the volumes of that. I really digged it as well, but I don't think as an exposition it was always great, but it was always eye candy. And I try to strip away stuff from it as I look at it. Now, I don't have anything you guys can weigh me on other than my stupid promo pieces and stuff. And I try to think on too, like modern stories I really like. The last series I really liked was Invincible, which is funny. It got turned into an animated series. I thought they did all right on that. There were some changes they made on it, but I don't consider them crippling choices that they made. We'll see what the next season brings. But I think for the first 50 issues of Invincible, it was really Robert Kirkman. I enjoyed that more than I did Walking Dead. Walking Dead, I thought, was just like dead in the water in a way. It's a zombie story that's never going to end. The end result is kind of obvious in a way, and I feel like ultimately, no matter what, you will always see the strengths and weaknesses of the creator given enough time. So he ended both of those series in a very rushed fashion. Like he didn't really give it like a true closeout. Like it was time jumps, skips, and very condensed endings on both of them. With Invincible, he did this weird reset and then double reset. Like essentially it reset the whole timeline and then went up to a point where it reset it back to where it was before, but a time skip as well. But the first 50 issues of Invincible, it was just like new idea, new villain, folded in one on top of the other. And it just struck, I think, like the right tone for like what a comic book should, like a superhero comic book should be. There's like a mix of Spider-Man, Superman, and also at the same time Dragon Ball Z, because it folded in like this whole alien conquest thing to it as well. And then it just like he kind of cucked himself. I don't know how many of you are Invincible fans, but like once it got to somewhere around like the Invincible War, Conquest, Viltrumite War saga, I kind of started tuning out, especially when like the Viltrumite War didn't really have like a solid conclusion. I get what he did, but I don't know, for comic book stuff, it just didn't really hit it for me. Looks fantastic. To help animate. Yep. 3D models. Just gonna remember Hobo to poses for some booze. Maybe, you know, or maybe you just give him enough booze to pass him out and pose him the way you want. Prop him up, all that. Yeah, and it's something to get a good model too. So, you know, I get using 3D models, and I don't fault anybody who uses them if you know that they're being used that way. I don't know. It's waiting in the mail for me. I'm stoked to see it, and all that. But I feel like for me, I'd want content. I want some story. I want some meat with them potatoes. You know what I'm saying? Man, I've been going on an hour by myself. How am I doing, guys? Am I entertaining enough? Is this not entertaining? Is it not entertaining? Hope I'm holding up. It's been a while since I've been on a stream. I used to being solo in it. I used to run with I'm sure Razmaz is definitely old school. He would hang out with us last year. It was like me, Ink Spots, Rotten Glory. Those are the guys I palled around with, man. We are entertained. Thank you. Doing good. Awesome. So yeah, I would be stoked if Cecil hit me up and said like, "Yo, Dick Riders a go." I have not received anything more on that. He said that I would be backup feature somewhere in Cash Grab too, but yet to hear anything on that. I think he's focused on Cash Grab 1 fulfillment at this point on some level, and he probably feels a commitment to that. As much as you guys don't want to get your shit, he's gonna make sure it falls through or not falls through, goes through. And even Blockheads, he hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, can I do some of your art for the box art?" And I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead." And I gave him some high res Volt I have of stuff I gave Cecil too. So I'm digging having my stuff show up in places, man. I'm Captain Chokeout's little logo dude and stuff. Who else? Love Pigeon, I think is his name. He had me as his like Twitter handle logo for a while. Kami Mark had me in some of this stuff when I did some of that. So I dig being around, man. I like exposure. Man, I'm a bit of a art slut, I guess, at this point. I just want to be seen. Miss Rotten, I do too, man. I don't know what happened. I'm kind of genuinely worried. At the same time, I feel like it fits his MO. Like I feel like he's gone through this a couple times, but it's really weird. He was like asking. I hate kind of sharing private information, but at the same time, last thing he was asking for was like just some input on or images, graphics, anything we could provide for him to do like intros for the regular guests on his show. And so it was kind of like he was reformatting his show, which usually means he's kind of on a break to overhaul the whole thing. But that was the last thing I heard. And then I kind of asked around and nobody had anything more, man. And that was December of last year. I really love Midday Repartee. Just listening in. Usually that was like lunch break time for me at my job. And if I happened to have a day off, I would try to be on it. If I could, if I felt like I could contribute. But But yeah, he was a good dude, good voice. He doesn't answer you, just make not Dick Rider. Maybe, yeah. I have like work in progress. It was going to be like a showcase for me as pages, a Dick Rider book, which is, I don't know, maybe 6 to 8 I forget how many pages I've done. They're kind of inked. I would say we have a solid 3 at least. But maybe the 6 I have. And I was planning on doing just like a showcase for me, but it's a lot of work to get. I mean, you have to think a page might be, panel breakdown. I'd say a good breakdown is 5 to 8 panels, 9 panels a page. Splash pages go pretty quick, stuff like that. But if you're really like layering in information, then you have to figure in, you have to know where your captions are, text is, all that. It's like separate pictures, and that adds up. And if you get kind of anal retentive, like I might on it, it can slow you down a bit. And then I try to keep up with the Jack Show shit. I don't know. I feel like I have an addiction to like keeping up with like the latest barrage of Cecil shenanigans and trying to codify that into artwork. So I stray off the path myself. But yeah, I might do that. You got arrested. I thought about that too. I was like, was he in the Capitol riot stuff? Did somebody see him? I don't know, Unsolved Mysteries or that, man. Let's admit it. Really? Oh, Mitchell. Hey, Mitchell. How you doing, man? I know you posted earlier. I just didn't notice you from your I was just your old avatar there. I think Ron just got more work from his day job, or his wife finally got tired of smoking and said him. Maybe. I feel like there was some wife negative energy that might have been thrown on that, but I thought he had the resistance to that. I don't know. It was very sudden. There's no announcement. I'm thinking along the lines Unsolved Mysteries. Like, what did he do? This guy was a conspiracy theorist nut. You have to know that. And you have to also know, like, around that time, the whole election scam thing was going on. Well, where did he devote his energies and his time? Where did he go? What did he find out? And who wanted to shut him up? Those are the questions, my friends. Around last like 7 minutes ago. Yeah, about, man. I mean, I reached out a couple times, just like, yeah, is everything cool, man? You okay? Don't know. I wish the best for him, though. Do the same thing, Lucius. Yeah. Low key becoming a stalker. Oh, if you earn it. There was tension. Tension isn't always bad. It can be a good thing. Who doesn't like a little tension? I mean, how do you get light from heat? How do you get heat from friction? So who doesn't like a little tension once in a while? It's the light of life right there, man. Oh man, have you ever talked for an hour and 15 minutes and wondered if you still have more inside of you? You came in just kind of like ready to just shoot the shit, and that you're still here. Somehow I floated around 4 to 7 of you this whole time. Thank you for your attention. Like I said, I was on Frege June drawing, saw Phil Diaz, and then he's like, oh, Michael Bancroft. No Michael Bancroft. Lucius ain't big as the name as Michael Bancroft, but I thought I'd just snake my way in there. But then somebody said EVS was streaming. Dude, that was the bane of last year, man. Was like Monday nights. I tried doing a regular Monday nights segment, and usually I think it was at 9 p.m. So I was usually going up either against Red Valkyrie, Shay, or Dan Frega. I forget. It was one of the two. I feel like everyone was like just going in a row, and we were competing right up against them. At the same time, like EVS was more regular than everyone was more regular. Oh my god, last year was a fucking battle royale to get viewers, man. It was vicious. Well, not vicious. It was hardcore, man. you had to be willing to just set with your hardcore base, man. We had great people. Mitchell was there. I know Mitchell was there. Rasmus was there, man. Hardcore people, man. And then there was the whole like family feud we had, man. I didn't dig that. Man. We all should have just been cool. But hey, some things just fall away. Same thing with the dude who's drawing for Doug. Same thing with the dude who's drawing for Doug. I don't know about that. J Dot sign. The Spanish dude. I forget his name. Are you thinking of fuck. Elliot Fernandez? Are you thinking of Elliot? I thought he was making his own book and kind of Doug was kind of promoting him is what I thought more of it. But yeah, he committed himself man, like the thing is, if you're gonna do a campaign, 48 pages should be your max. I think it's the right amount. You know, it's like a nice graphic novel sort of length. You know, it's like 2 comic books. It's enough for you to tell a fucking real story if you're capable of telling a story, and yet deliver something to people. And if you could do that, I think quarterly would be bomb. 3 times a year, good enough. 2, I don't know, it's enough to lose people, I think. 1, you know, unless you're a big personality. Personality will drive all your sales more than anything. But yeah, 48 pages, I feel like that's what you should commit yourself to. This whole 100+ pages, hardbound books and all that, that's dream territory. You should be 3 campaigns deep. You should have a backlog of material. You're just compiling into a hardcover. You know, just look at what the format's been for the monthly books since the 2000s, you know, where it's like you're doing 6-issue arcs, collecting it down, 12-issue arcs, collecting it down into like soft cover, hardcover paperbacks. Just beat them at their own fucking game. Do a better job of telling a story, better pace of telling a story, and all that. That's the way to go, in my opinion. Don't try to like jump the gun. Do a hardcover before you even done anything. I don't know. I kind of think it's a little bit foolish, and I find it absolutely incredulous that people who've been in the business long enough do that stuff. You know, should know better. Doug is still making books. I think he is. I saw something about Bigfoot Bill too, or something. Let's see. Actually, it's just me with my solid accounts. Thank you, Rasmus. I appreciate, dude. Make some more. Make some more, my man. Let's see here. Make it 2D. Big boots. Maybe. Should I just speak with this voice? Is it sexy enough? Is it sexy enough to get by with, or do I need to feminize it? Do I need to take hormones? Do I need to practice at it? I don't know if you guys saw the Camel Moon thing with the trans woman chick. Do I need to hit that level to really bring the fellas to the table? You know what I'm saying? Yes. Elliot, his wife did the same shit to him while he was streaming. Oh no. I mean, when your wife does something, that's a whole nother level. Walked in with the plate. He didn't want the time his wife slammed the fucking door. Ooh, ouch. I don't remember seeing that. That would be rough, man. You always got to be ready to hit that mute button. I feel like anytime you're live, you got to be ready. You got to know it. That's part of the game. Shut off your camera if you have it live. I've never been on camera, so that shit shut down. But anytime I've been on a group stream and stuff, like I'm ready to mute because I never know. I never know. Solo, I might as well hit mute right now just to make sure I know I got it hit. There we go. Let's see. I undid it by clicking that. Campaign's going silent on updates. I hate that. Yeah. There's a number. There's some I've sat on, man. I remember hearing Smiling Bandito talk about his past contributions to stuff on Kickstarter and how they were complete dead ends. You know, like they never went anywhere. They never fulfilled all that shit. And I was like, oh, thank God I haven't done that. I haven't backed a campaign that hasn't been done yet. And yet I'm sitting on stuff that's gone for years, you know. And then there's stuff like, what is it? The Saints by Allegiance Arts. I was defending, you know, Mitch and the group, for Red Rooster a year ago or so. You know, they gave themselves the longest stretch of time to fulfill their project. I still have the postcard they sent out. Like they sent out a physical mailer, like postcard of art and stuff saying like, please, thank you for your patience and all. I thought that was really cool gesture on their part to do. And yet it was another year before there was any real update on it. Kind of like it was maybe dribbling of information, but it was like, oh yeah, we'll have it by spring. It wasn't until, oh man, was it this year? Man, I can't even remember. I feel like it was another year went by before we got it. Every one of their books was delayed in the end, not just Red Rooster, but every one of their books. Issue 3 was delayed. Walmart release and all that, you know, because I actually thought Norse Saga was all right on their stuff. It was between that and Futurist, Bass Reeves. I was kind of but I thought it was shaky that they did the whole Founders Edition before they even fulfilled Red Rooster. You know, but when Red Rooster #1, I was like, you know, it's like a third of the story. Who cares? They say they're coming out with the full book like a couple months from now. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Ultimately, you get 3 more pages than the Walmart books, but then they put up this Saints thing on Indiegogo, and it's like, wait, aren't you guys publishers? Aren't you guys publishing your own books? Why are you running campaigns for your stuff? I feel like, man, they lost out, man. By doing what they did, they've lost out. You know, they just fulfilled the book, did what they should have done for the backers and all. They'd have the support. 49 or another odd number, and there's a lot of people who hate odd numbers on their comics and graphic novels. Remember Elliot from Drawing and Quarter Auctions. Was he doing other stuff? He had some sort of campaign. Yeah, I remember him doing the drawing competitions. He was a heavy hitter, though. I liked his stuff. I think he did good work. But he fell off the face of the planet on terms of like streams and stuff. And then it was just like he was in the Micah Miller group, and you know, draw your friendships and alliances where you want. I don't care, but you know. He kind of cut off his legs at that point. But it's like 100 pages or so of stuff he has to do. We have Super Night, Noah and I have a late campaign. Yeah, well, I don't know. I feel like artists get overloaded. You know, I have stuff I have to do for people, but I feel really committed to do it. And I'd feel like a complete chump if I don't. At least fulfill those commitments to people. So I don't know. I would not overpromise myself. I'd keep it within the realm of what I think I could do, and grow in the process. I don't know. I don't know how people promise whole books. And at the same time, the one that really gets me is probably Critias with Detective Dead. Like promising a hardcover book at retail price on a campaign, and just knowing what you're going to have to pay all your artist team. He was just a writer and everything. Like it was just like, how, on what level did you do the math, man? Like this doesn't work out. Doesn't work out. When he used his streams on his channel, at Mitchell, yeah, and Mitch nuked all of his. I was like looking to go back and watch him do some of his creation stuff, and he just nuked it. Dude, they did so much stuff. I was just like, man, you guys are like killing your own promotion stream. He canceled his Twitter, his YouTube. It went to Legion's Arts, but even that was like, it seemed like a broken, like from the 90s setup or something, of like a web page and Twitter handle and all that. Like just no energy, man. Trump would have run them into the ground with his own comics thing. Yeah, Mitch would do inking, coloring, and stuff. I mean, he wouldn't talk. He wouldn't engage the chat, or if he did, he didn't understand it. He was so behind on a number of things that he freaked out about. Like people would do the brackets message deleted thing, like as a troll, and he thought legitimately his wrenches were like deleting messages. Like, don't delete messages, guys. Saints Companion is a major flop. Yeah, probably. Even, I mean, I'd be interested in it, but I don't feel like backing an Indiegogo campaign when like you guys have been publishers at this point, And stream doing what Lucius is doing now. Thanks, $. I'm working my way up there, man. You give me some kind of hope, as long as I fulfill, right? Keep that postcard to be very rare. Yeah, it's still whole. I mean, it's got my name and address on it. But yeah, it was a good piece of art, man. Like I thought it was a nice gesture. I just didn't think they'd be as delayed as they were. Like I thought it was like a few months away, not a whole nother year and some change away. Poor quality. Yeah. The sticker thing too, I didn't dig either. Like they put stickers on the fucking things. Why? Door kickers. Yeah, door kickers. Elliot Fernandez thing. Isn't it? I'm pretty sure it's door kickers. That sounds familiar to me. Let me down. Dragon Guard. I don't even know where we're going. Doom kickers. Maybe that's it. Doom kicker. All right, we figured it out. Boom. What a jip. Can't remember the name, but yeah, it's been so long. It's been so long, man. That's the way it goes on some of this stuff, man. Doom kicker with Doug, yeah. Door kickers, yeah. I would have sworn too. I would have been like, yeah, it sounds right. Door kickers. I mean, that's kind of how I got my Twitter handle. I just remembered at that time, this was 2019. Cecil was on a stream and just one of those throwaway jokes, like very nonchalant, no emphasis, no inflection really. He's like, oh yeah, in Zach's campaign, Jaw Smashers, and like it got a laugh out of me just because it was just under the radar kind of thing. And I was just like, yeah, I'll just throw it. I didn't know that I would commit to Twitter in the fashion that I have so far. And so I wasn't really contemplating too much about what to put behind my name, my anything like that. I was just like, well, Jaw Smashers, let me try that out. It was free. I didn't have to throw numbers on it. I didn't have to do anything else stupid to it. to make it work. And I was like, all right, that's it. It's Draw Smashers. And it was supposed to just be me just trying out digital art as a practice. And here we are now, guys. Here we are now. Um, I think if there's any mental deficiencies to me, they're on full display at this point. Um, you know, I'm totally on board. Like probably any Cecil project, no matter what it is. I dig just being able to laugh at things, man, more than anything else. But I like to do something cool at the same time. But I kind of have a impish streak in me. Like I love being able to poke fun at, especially at anyone else's expense. Even my own on a level. Dorkiger. You gather your Cecil art. In a way, I don't know. Cecil might be okay with that. Me going about that, but I really feel like Cecil's kind of built me up, like build up followers for me. I noticed huge jumps when he would mention me, say just follow Lucius, and people would, man, like it would double in like a day or two. So I feel like he's a major promotional tool for anybody that he'll throw his weight behind you if you're if he believes in you. So I wouldn't do it without his blessing, I guess, at least. But I would be up for it. But at the same time, I'd love to be featured. Robert Harkins stuff I really like. I do have like an artist envy, man. Like more than anything, what I really appreciate is the concepts some people come up with. Like even if the execution isn't exactly pro level, like I love just being able to laugh at some of the shit people come up with, man. And Robert Harkin is like a huge portion of that. Betty Broad Eyes was the other one. I'm just surprised the AIGG page still has Doug's name in it. I mean, that just shows no update, man. No update. Or, you're committed to the bit. What, you can't really hide that. Why would you take off his name? You can't hide the fact you're in there, right? Let's see here. I wish Betty Bright Eyes came back. Yeah, I kind of stepped in when Betty Bright Eyes left. There was the tribute video, and I thought, man, here's a guy who appreciates his fan artists. He put up a whole 8-minute video on his channel for Betty Bright Eyes, and I was like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. And I didn't know that Betty Bright Eyes had quit. It just kind of seemed like a maybe spur of the moment. They'll come back later at some point, but I guess there was war campaign shenanigans happening. That was a comment I saw in the video, that tribute video that Cecil ran. You guys can look it up if you want. Betty Bright Eyes. And he's like top comment or something on it. So I don't know. I've never had any issues personally with war campaign. I think they're mostly harmless, like in general. I've never been entrenched. We used to, when I was on with Rotten and Ink Spots, like we had Testify HD and a number of those guys kind of like on the chat, and they ditched us, man. At a certain point, when the whole Vampirella Anna cover shenanigans popped up, man, like it was just like a wide divide in everything, and I was just like, oh, really? I don't know. We got along so well. Why we have to kill it? I don't know. But yeah, they jumped off at that point, and I think there was very uncool things that happened after that, man. But I try not to stir up anything else. or Cecil was Betty all along. That would be amazing, man. There was the theory that Donut Swan? No, Bagel Goose was Cecil. I don't think it was, but like it just was so suspicious. And I actually thought of making an account similar to Donut Swan. I was going to do an account called Cronut Swan, and I just never did. And then Donut Swan showed up one time. I'm like, fuck, they kind of stole my rip off of somebody else, man, in a way. And eventually I became the entity you know today as Lucius. But yeah, I was like under another name on the chat and stuff, but I was gonna be Cronut Swan for a while. There's some behind the scenes info never before known. You heard it here first, guys. Not that I ever put a post on their that name or anything. Where are we at here? Hour and a half, man. Still have 5 of you hanging on. Thank you so much. This is like what I used to do. These are numbers I used to pull with guests on and everything. I'm just winging it, man. I'm just flying by the seam of my pants right now. And some alcohol. I'm not gonna lie, man. This tonight's broadcast is brought to you by some alcohol. I was feeling it. It's been a while, man. It's been about 6 months. I thought about putting up a review of the Army of the Dead, that shit Netflix movie with Dave Bautista, Zack Snyder's zombie flick. Did any of you waste your life like I did watching that? You know, my main thing I was going to say is, like, you know, there's bad movies you can learn from. Like, they're bad, but, you know, with a little bit of changes, they might have been something good. And then there's movies that are just so fucking bad. There's no rescue. And I feel like Army of the Dead was that. And it pains me when I talk to people in my personal life and, like, they kind of enjoyed it. You know, I'm like, you know, we get along so well. I'm going to try to file this away in, like, the dark recesses of my mind, that I don't have to pull it up again, you know, and think, they liked Army of the Dead, man. I mean, the opening is Army convoy that's like, oh, we're loaded to the max on defense, you know, for this you know, basically transport of an item. They don't know. And it's like, oh, what do you think it is, man? These two guys in the driver's seat of the thing, like, oh, is it an alien? You think it's an alien? Like, oh, all this stupid shit. And like, they don't even just outright say it. It's like beating around the bush, like, as if we don't know, like, Area 51 isn't connected to aliens and stuff like that. Like, we're all just fucking brought up to speed with this movie. And this whole convoy, heavily armored and highly detailed convoy, is brought down by a guy getting a blowjob from his newlywed wife. Like, literally, the car drives into the front vehicle that crashes the whole thing, and apparently the door hatch on this carrying cargo thing was completely unlocked in the process of this crash, which unleashed, like, the most deadliest thing the world's ever seen. This super like Dragon Ball Z-esque zombie, you know, like, he teleport, slashes, kills all the militia, and if he bites them, he turns them into alpha zombies, like smart, intelligent, fast zombies like him, not as strong as him, but like him. And then they turn their sights on Vegas, and you know, there's just like this the Zack Snyder slow motion Elvis Viva Las Vegas cover song montage of like Vegas being taken over by zombies. From the preview, I thought it was like an Ocean's 11 that suddenly turned halfway through when they were taking out the money. Zombies would be surrounding them, and then it's just kind of like they knew zombie rules, but it's like, holy shit, the entire Vegas Strip is a zombie overload, and we had to get out of here with this money, which I thought was a kind of a cool idea. But no, it's actually they go in after zombie apocalypse happens to Vegas to take the money out, which is actually an effort by the casino guy to have one of his guys get zombie carrying ahead, basically, and selling that. It was just about, there's no good characters. There's a daughter in the whole thing who Batista's daughter, who he should have just choked out, knocked her out, and sent her on a bus home. But he didn't. He carried along, and she wanted to save some dumb bitch who was dumb enough to go in to this zone knowing full well the whole place was going to be nuked days to come later, and had kids. And she's like, oh no, we got to save her. In the end, she doesn't get saved. No one gets saved. Everyone dies. Just spoilers. It's a waste of your time anyway. Don't worry, I'm saving you. Everyone dies except for the daughter. And there's like one black dude who gets shoved into the vault that they take the money from, who makes it out at the very end and walks across miles and miles of desert after the nuke has been dropped, right? So like he gets out from under the rubble, walks out of the city with no food or water, and makes it to some local airport where he buys a private jet, and it's found out on the jet he has a zombie bite, and everyone else turns within minutes of being bit, and this guy has managed to walk himself out of Las Vegas to this airstrip, got on the plane and flied like halfway, and finally notices, oh, I'm bit, and opens itself up to a sequel. So, spoilers, sorry. Should have warned you all. I'm sorry. What's my poison? Just about anything. Let's see. I loaded up on like a margarita mixer thing. I have some Coronas here with me right now. But over the weekend it was 1800 was my poison. But the primer for this was like a 14% wine mixer margarita thing I just picked up, and meant to mix in with the 1800 a bit, but I never got to it. I knocked myself out on the 1800, had it left over, and I'm like, I'm gonna drink that today. Alcohol makes it easier to stream. It makes it easier for me to talk, at least, especially ad nauseum. I'm amazed. I've been going on in a way on my own here for almost an hour and 45 minutes so far, and plus there was a whole 5 minutes I talked before I even hit broadcast. Oh, not my brightest moment. I couldn't finish it. Yeah, good for you, man. I wanted to tap out, but I was watching it with somebody, and we were committed to follow through, man. It wasn't worth it. Just make clickbait titles and thumbnails, and people come like, you won't be able to see. Yeah, I should do that. I fucking should do that, Rasmus. And I feel like I could actually deliver good commentary, you know, like, and make it something fucking awfully stupid, so it becomes like an actual thing, you know. Didn't even pirate the movie. No, it wouldn't be worth it, man. It's not worth any, dude. It's so shit. J Dollar Sign. Oh, was there a zombie horse? There might have been. I know there was a zombie tiger in the whole fucking thing, and like, God, guys, they break in to the zombie area, there's like a zombie coyote girl, right, who knows the zombie rules and offers up somebody to the the smart zombies, so they have passage through. And I'm just like, in what fucking world does you have zero? They outnumber you by such a wide margin, overpower you by such a wide margin. Why would they ever make a deal with you? Like, why would there be any concession at all? It boggles the mind. Like, you think on it too much. I mean, in so many fucking places, it just falls apart, man. It's so trash, guys. It's so trash. I had 20 minutes of a thing I was going to devote to putting up on it, but I was just like, I don't know. It doesn't even feel worth it. But here I am, ragging on it, shitting on it. It was a disaster. Whoa, gayest black Jesus ever. I can believe that. Apparently, he's collecting some companion dolls. You know, he's got this alter ego out there who's just on the same wavelength as him. He just needs the freedom, man. Somebody needs to tell him it's all right. You can have your own companion dolls, J Dollar. You could be the J Doll King Hefner. I think that was his name. Oh my god. I was like, is this some troll by J Money? Like, is this his new name? I didn't know. J Dollar's on Twitter right now. Oh shit. Stirring up trouble. I bet. I like J Money. J Money was he's my 300th Twitter follower, man. He got me number 300. I remember that. And then he like started ragging on Cecil, and Cecil was like, what the fuck? Yeah, there was a stretch there, man. But yeah, I dig J Money. J Money's been a good corner. So many cornerstones, or at least pillars, in the CG scene, man. Like, I guess this is as close to networking I've ever done. I'm too antisocial in real life to do it. But yeah, man, I noticed all the major contributors on the streams and stuff, and guys who commit to making content. Or, you know, there's a dude, Mark, who makes all the Mego dolls of the guys. And I just feel like he just needs to step up his stuff a little bit further. Now he can make companion dolls, maybe, of the team. Maybe he can step up to that level. Go from Mego dolls to companion dolls of the Jack Show crew. And that'd be awesome. J Money ate my dog. Oh, that's just ghetto, man. That's grounds. I mean, if you were John McAfee, J Money would be apt to look over his shoulder right now. You know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying, Finatra? You might have to take a boat around the world. Don't get off, man. Especially anywhere in Europe. You know, they'll just lock you up. Don't do it, man. It's been too long since I've seen J Money. I know, man. He used to show that face around. That mug, that pretty mug of his, man. He used to pimp himself out. He knew how to do it. He knew how to work it. Let's get some of the internet clout. Sure, man. We'll you know, start writing some ideas down. I'll take it to heart for sure. I mean, if I'm gonna come back down, I might as well come back strong. And that's the hardest thing to do, is like just like go dead on your channel. Like, the amount of people that be like getting a notification like, oh, Lucius with the red light on had a thing last night, and they're gonna unsubscribe. I'm waiting for it. I'm at 100 even, I think, right now. It's more than I deserve. I mean, honestly, for the effort and everything, it's more than I deserve. Mark's Twitter handle. I'm kind of lost on who Mark is. I might be drinking too much, guys. Mark. Who's Mark? I'm on the streams all the time, Mitchell. Yeah, I noticed J Dollar in chats quite a bit. He's around. Or when I keep missing them. Dude, I shouldn't even be covering this. This is just you guys talking amongst yourselves. But I mean, with 5 of you here, I feel like I gotta give you the recognition. Finfin and I streamed last night on his channel. Who's Finfin? I don't know. Finfin is what I remember is like, wasn't that like a methamphetamine thing, Finfin? That's what I remember is Finfin. Exactly, Mitchell, Finfin. But I feel like it was Phen, Finfin, rather than Finfin. Oh, Mark. I don't know his full name. I think that was kept for keep him from being exposed. But the Cecil Mego dolls that he's done, and he also did one for John. That was the mom jeans V-neck tank top, and Ethan had one too that he's kept like hidden away. But I've like the Birth of Cecil. From there on, there were a couple ones that I did with John in the mix, and I put him in that because it was pretty gay looking, and he had a reaction to it that seemed to like just make me want to see more of that reaction. So I would draw him in that fashion. He's adjusted since then, but yeah, Mark he made the Boy Island Cecil. I think that's the most recent one, I believe. I think no, he sent Shane. Shane got a Mark Mego doll, the small Soundwave, miniature Soundwave to hold in his hands. So yeah, he could make companion dolls. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't even follow my own fucking droppage of knowledge there, man. I'm Finfin. Oh, you're Finfin. Oh shit. Little pet name right there. Getting a little too cozy. So Mark Wade the link. I don't have his contact. I would totally have Mark Wade on here to talk to him. I'm sure that would go all sorts of well. Maybe I don't know. I don't know his full name. I didn't pay attention if it was revealed. It might have been revealed. I don't think he was too cautious about it. This is a rerun. Oh, Ink Spots gracing us with his presence. It's been such a long time, man. I miss this guy. But he's doing great work. Ink Spots is. This guy was ragging on himself. He's like, oh, Cash Grab is never going to lead me anywhere. Then he upped his rates. Now he's getting more gigs. I feel like he's turning page. Hopefully we get him out of that fucking plumber job he's got, man. I think that's his dream. That's his dream, for sure. You want on here, Ink Spots? I got the link. Just drop it right in there if you want in. And then anyone else can as well. You know, I've been, goddamn, I'm almost topping out at 2 hours, man. Talking on here. This is crazy. You guys just been looking at my fucking dick rider face with this oscillating gray box. I appreciate it so much, man. It means so much to me. Hardcore fans like that. And a 3-pound cock is what he says. That is the dream in a 3-pound cock. Now wait, how would you distribute that mass? 3 pounds. What are the dimensions on that cock? Is it width? Is it height? Is it thickness? Is it girth? And what dimensions are we talking about this weight distribution? And is it soft? Are you shower grower? I guess you gotta be shower if it's that big, you know? Because if you're grower, you're just gonna lose the blood flow and like pass out. Mostly balls. So you just got to get the motion in there and get the slappage and hope that, you know, the lineup is like, I mean, I guess you got to do it doggy style, right? To hit the clit, you know, slap up against the clit. I don't know. Is the taint known for any sensation, really? I mean, some. It's got to be some, but it's not the main action. I want to hit. Yeah. Well, I feel like it would work the other way for Natra. If anyone is hypnotizing anybody, but I mean, I don't know if it's so much hypnotizing as so much as like being very, very forward and open and honest about what he wants to do with his genitals and the person opposite. You know, just stuff the balls and then jiggling. So you'd have there was do you remember seeing the Baldo at all? And you give yourself a ballgasm. It was like a pointed weight on the balls, so you could use your balls as like a insertion. I mean, I guess you could always just stuff them in there, you know, but this was just like a prosthetic to help you get there, you know, really insert them and get them helping them guts, I guess. Oh God, I didn't imagine the conversation would lead us here, but Inkspots just has this charm. He has this magic. Once he shows up, it just reaches like a truly destitute place in the conversation. Yeah, Baldo. Yep, that was it. The Baldo. Okay, here we go. Wait for the boop. Why though, really? I mean, I guess, you know, you've done it all. You might just wonder, maybe there is something here. I mean, I think ball fondlage and everything has like its own thing. I don't know that necessarily balls doing your chick is gonna like be mind blowing. I imagine not, but maybe. Oh, the man is in.
What's up, guy?
Oh, he's back, man. How long has it been since you've been on a stream, man?
I was on a stream yesterday, but before that, it'd been a while.
Oh, really? What was the stream?
I was on Vinny's stream yesterday.
Oh, I heard that was a good one.
Yeah, we fucking tore it up. It was great. I was yelling at trolls in the chat and everything. It's fucking awesome.
Oh, did you have like real solid trolls going on?
Yeah, they were just talking some shit. We like put them in their place. Like, fuck you motherfuckers.
Yeah, I heard it was good. I was watching Frega stream tonight, and Vinny was his guest, and he's like, "Yeah, man, we had a long stream. It was loaded, and now I'm gonna go back and listen to it, knowing that you were on there."
Yeah, I was like the catalyst for like everybody showed up. Raging Golden Eagle showed up. Brian Kristoff.
That's what I heard. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucking cool, man.
Dude, that's a solid lineup.
Yeah, I was
awesome, man.
I was like playing El Gargoyle. I was like busting out monkey wrenches left and right, talking about my balls. I just like to talk about my balls.
I know you do. I know you have like a line of thought, and it leads to those places. You know.
I know. I have a little cock, but I have so much balls. So I'm kind of proud of that.
It's like your balls, the ball sweat, the ball hair, like the whole, like you're like all about like the entire setup, you know?
I'm all about my balls.
Like you're like the interior decorator of like the pubic area, you know? Like
the interior decorator of the pubic area.
You know? This is what
you've been on an hour already? 2 hours.
I've been on almost 2 hours by myself, man.
By yourself?
Yeah.
What do you talk about by yourself?
You'll have to rewatch it. I couldn't even tell you, man. I just had an inkling because it was like normally Michael Bancroft would be on,
Yeah.
Aussieing it up, you know, fucking it up. uh, and no, it was Frega Stream was closing out. Phil Diaz usually leads into Bancroft, and then I've been drinking and everything, and that always leads me into doing something, you know. Like if I'm really active on Twitter, I've probably been drinking, and you know, it's just like, fuck it, I'll just start up on stream. I've done jack shit for 6 months, but I'll start up a stream right now.
And then these done any streams in about the same amount of time.
Probably? Yeah, man. And then all these hardcore motherfuckers show up, man. Jake Dollar Sign, Lord Finatra showed up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be doing some stuff with Finatra. He finally called in my favor, man.
Are you?
I was feeling left out, and he finally called in.
Or what? Like
no, he's looking at kind of putting out like a music compilation of some sort. Nice. I think he's still figuring out the whole details on that, but you know, around all the stuff we've heard, maybe some new releases and everything.
Yeah.
You know, and there's always Razmaz, fucking always been there. Mitchell, been missing our man, Mitchell. He was a regular show up, man. Like that lockdown, he was popping in, man.
Yeah, I mean, since Rot left, I haven't really done much, man. Rot was really the guy.
He was.
Time, so.
I think like you and me both tapped out. We were just like, I'm tired of putting in all this fucking effort.
Yeah.
And dude, I really dig Midday Repartee.
Well, yeah, it got crazy. Plus, I had taken on so much work.
Mm-hmm.
All those jobs were happening at the same time. You know, I was doing coloring 3 books at the exact same time.
Yeah, I'm sure, dude.
That was a little crazy because I had never even finished coloring 1 book yet, and here I am doing 3. So, like, holy shit, what did I do?
I get it. I totally get it. Absolutely,
but now,
man.
Like, I just got continuous work, man. Just it's cool. So
that is.
Like, as long as I want to color comics, I can probably color comics now. So
that's awesome.
Just if I can make more money at it. But instead, we're like I'll have my own IP out there before the end of the year. It'll be out there. So.
Yeah, Inkslayer, right?
Yeah, Metal Mayhem Rock Boy will be out there, and fucking we got the enemy is this big fat chick called the Cuccubus, who sucks the souls out of little boys and turns them into her army of cucks.
Oh no.
Yeah, and our hero has to vanquish the big.
Are you gonna
fat bitch?
Are you gonna appropriate that picture where it was like that chick with like 4 or 5 guys off to the side? Do you remember that? Like
Oh yeah. I mean, it's loosely based on that, you know.
It was your inspiration for the villain.
Yeah, it was. No, I mean, I just wanted to. She's actually a succubus, but I call her the Cuccubus. So she has all these young boys convinced that they're the only, you know, the love of her life. And her toxic spell has them all thinking she's way hotter than she is, you know.
But I mean, it has to be like for the special case, I would think, right? Like when I think of succubus, I think of like Morgan from Darkstalkers, you know, like the really hot, like almost spilling out babe or whatever. Like from the way you're describing it, I imagine it's like she picks the lowliest of the lowliest.
She like gets like the little dudes. Skinny dweeb boys. You know?
Like the succubus passed them over, and now they get the cuccubus. You know.
Yeah, and she can, you know, she fucking gets them under her spell, and just they want to get all up in that shit. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here, let's see. Do you have the capability to share screens?
Yeah. I don't understand why I wouldn't.
So there she is in all her glory. So, you know, she's...
Babe, you know, when you get it tattooed above your stretch marks, it totally, like, sells it, you know? Your babe.
And here's one of her cuck boys. Well, now, she calls them her little bitch boys. but
Mm.
they're cucks. And there's a line in the comic where she says, "Get this." She makes a new one, and she says, "Get this guy in uniform because I like my bitches in leather." So that's one
Now,
of her.
where's the? I'm looking at the breast disease. Where are the nips on this chick
Oh, see,
here?
they're hanging right here on the
Oh
side.
wow, way off diagonally.
Yeah, because
Oh.
these bad boys are like water balloons, man. They're like, we got look, and we added the stretch marks down here, even
Mm-hmm.
on her thighs.
Oh wow,
Just like
like
it's
going into the
gorgeous.
boots. So there's more
Yeah,
to see.
and her boots are even swelled up. They can't hold. She's so much.
Oh, she's got cankles, man. I see the explosion happening there. At the
Yeah, and so we got Sim, the ink spots, or the not the ink. I'm so vain. The
mm-hmm.
teaming slayers. So
Mm-hmm.
we got Sim doing the roughs. I'm doing the finishes, and Scotsman did the colors on this one. But I think I'm gonna do the finishes and the colors. And Scotsman's gonna actually, because in his real life he's a
Inca, right?
graphic designer. That's what he does for a
Mm.
living. And so he's gonna do all the word balloons and like all the, because we're gonna have some really cool sound effects. Because
Nice.
it's about rock and roll. The main hero can absorb rock and roll and redirect it as powers. So, yeah. So this is her little whip here. So she uses this snake whip to like suck the souls out of them. And so
Wait,
they're
where?
just
Wait, what does the snake bite onto? Because it's got to bite on, right?
it's just under their necks and like sucks it out.
Um, somebody there
Yeah, I
has to
mean,
be a balls
listen,
bite,
I'm
you
gonna
know?
be offensive, but I'm not. It's not gonna be too offensive, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean,
You're dialing it back a little bit
a little bit dialing it, semi mainstream.
from this design.
They all got 8 balls, ball gags in their mouths. Yeah.
Mm.
She's gonna have a whole army of them, so she can like sick them on you like a
Dude,
pack
I'm
of
not gonna
dogs.
lie. Like, from my latest postings, the most reaction has been from like the Mike Oxmal and like the very like sexualized, especially like BDSM. I mean, I figure it's in good humor, but I'm not so sure. It's like, man, I've been trying to make awesome pictures on other stuff, but people seem to be responding to like this
Yeah,
choke me kind of shit.
choke me.
Yeah.
So here's page 3 of the comic. Let's see if I can get it up here. So that's page number 3. He's getting ready to go to school, putting on all his gear. He's like the rock and roll outcast kid. He doesn't know that he's a demigod yet. Doesn't know about his powers. He's just a kid, one of those fucking weird kids that wears leather to school. That's how it happens.
Hmm. I feel like if I were giving you some constructive feedback here, you should give him a bigger package.
A bigger
Like,
cock.
yeah, like there should be an obvious
Well,
like.
it's right here, my inks got messed up, but this was supposed to be kind of his bulge,
Mm,
like kind of like wrapped around his leg. But
like I feel like you need to look at some John Hamm reference
oh, okay.
from Mad Men.
What about
Like, just work that in.
who's the dude? Shit, the Faith guy, George Michaels. You look
Yeah.
at that, watch that video when he's like, fucking, you gotta have faith, and you can
Hmm.
like see his cock and his blue jeans and stuff.
Yeah.
Little wake me up before you
Yeah.
go when he's
Yeah.
in cargo shorts.
Hmm.
Yeah, and so yeah, I mean that's the style the comic's gonna be in. I'm gonna color it. Well, maybe. I keep changing my mind. I mean, we have the pages done, but I keep finishing them different.
Uh-huh.
So it's
Just stick to what you're doing, man. I know you're like, wow. I fucking love this, by the way, man.
yeah. This one came out cool. But yeah. See, I got a little skull in the fire right there, and then the musical notes. This is Metallica right here in the Metallica music.
Yeah.
It makes a flaming skull punch. So I don't know if I'll do that in the comic because I don't want to get in trouble or I don't know. I don't
Would
know
that
what could
be?
happen.
Yeah. I don't know if that would be or not.
So yeah, we got a few little sketches of them here that I just trying to figure them out. And these are
But that
all
would be cool poster or something to go in
this
there.
is the whole script. You got 2 complete scripts for it. This is gonna be part. This isn't very good, but it was kind of like a concept piece. So there's a flash forward where he turns into Old Man Mayhem when he gets older, after he's all grizzled and fucked up in the
Mm.
woods. So this is him as Old Man Mayhem.
Did he
And
sell out or do like a really shitty album release or something as Old Old
yeah, dude,
Man?
that's what he started being in Disney movies with Ice Cube. He's like, yeah,
He's been in some Ford commercials and shit.
Barbershop 4, and then Sleigh Dogs 6. He's like, it's over. I'm fucked. So like after the world's fucked, some stuff happens. So he's actually in a different dimension, but he's trying to go back in time and try to stop some bad shit from happening. So you get a flash forward at the beginning of each issue where he's collecting artifacts that are going to give him the power to go back and stop his younger self from making some mistakes. He's going to try.
Yeah.
But it's kind of cool because at the beginning of each book you get to, because in that issue you get introduced to a villain, but before you get to meet that villain in our current time, you'll get to see what he already looks like in the future, what he turns into. So it's kind
Wait,
of
is the villain like a manager or a pop star? Like, are there any details you want to?
No, the villains are all demons. Like,
Oh,
see, the book's based on way in the past, right? There was demons roaming the earth, and they would suck the souls out of humans. That was, that's what they feed on, human souls. And over the years, these 3 main. Oh, actually, I think. Well, there's 3. There's actually 7 Lords of Rock, but they're actually demons, and they've been confined to hell. They can't get out. They can't enter our world anymore. And then the guy makes his deal at the crossroads. And so what happens is they're able to get some of their influence out through rock and roll by that deal that was made at the crossroads. And so over the years, different rock stars have made deals with these Lords of Rock. And eventually what happens is one of the Lords of Rock is able to get out of hell, bangs a groupie, and has a son. And that's Metal Mayhem Rock Boy. And so now he has to fulfill some kind of task for them to help them get out of hell and rule the world. So, but he doesn't know any of this, man. He thinks he's a superhero. He don't know yet. So it's very cool, and you get to meet along the way his the demons are teaching him how to use his powers by having him fight their ancient enemies on Earth, and he's learning, how to use, and eventually he'll have enough knowledge to where he can let them out of hell. And so, yeah.
I feel. I mean, listen. I don't know how much input you want from anybody else. I don't want to bastardize your story, but if you could work in like real life rock and roll stories and stuff, like for him to upgrade, he has to like nail 2,000 chicks or something.
Yeah.
You need
There's
more
some cool
groupies.
stuff.
Need some more groupies before you get this power, my friend.
I've got it planned out. He gets gifts from his fathers. He eventually goes and he visits his father and his uncles, these Lords of Rock, and they give him physical objects that enhance his powers. So, of course, he has his mystical guitar that he can make appear, and it's of course an axe, and he has some other cool artifacts that he gets that give him powers. He has to learn how to use them. He has to earn, he has to earn the right to use those powers. Got to power up. He's got to go from that to that. So it's going to be cool. I think it's going to be cool. I got a good story. I got it written out to like 90 pages so far. So.
Oh, cool, man.
And we're going to put it out.
What's the first issue going to have then? Like how many pages?
We're gonna just release each of our properties will be released into the magazine in probably between 24 and 30 page segments. So basically, you buy 3 of the magazines, 3 campaigns. You buy all 3 magazines, you get the full 90 page story, And then what we'll do is each of us will put out our premium editions, which will have the whole story collected. So that's how we're
Cool,
gonna
man.
do it. That
What are
way
the
we're
other
all working on
stories?
each other's stuff, so it's like free
Yeah.
labor. Like I'll color Sim's book, he's gonna do the layouts. He's gonna have a cool painted book, so he's gonna do the pencils, and I'm gonna do full paints over his pencils. So
Is he doing like Tales from the Natverse or something else
he's
entirely?
doing a spin off of it. It's called Daddy Issues, and it has the two chicks, Luwani and Rose.
Oh God.
And
Uh-huh.
so they actually are going to meet their father, and it's like a big crazy story. And it's like you guys are seeing the Natverse stuff, but that's his old art. Most of that you're seeing is like stuff he did like years ago. Dude, his new art is like blowing that stuff away. So you guys are everybody's gonna be surprised when they see his stuff come out. So yeah, let's see. I'll show you. I'm working on a cover for Daddy Issues actually here. And so I think he already showed this. So this is the rough cover, and I'm working on painting it right now. So let's see. I have a work in progress here. Yeah. It's a huge
Oh.
file.
Oh.
It's a big file.
Oh.
So we're working. You know, we're getting in there and trying to give it the whole painted look. So yeah, it's gonna be rad. Every one of our books is gonna have a painted cover by me. Each of the artists is gonna draw it, and then I'm gonna paint over it. So, you know, Rose, she only has one boob, so this is a cybernetic titty, right
Mm.
here, because she had breast cancer, so she has a cybernetic titty. She's
Mm.
actually my favorite one. I like her outfit.
Mm-hmm.
She's got those pink skulls all over. So Sim's pretty good at drawing the ladies. He always gives them the fupa down here. So it's fupa time. And so yeah, so we got some stuff done. Sim actually has 6 pages and a bunch of covers done already for my book, and then I'm just doing the finishes and the colors on them. And then I'm coloring character designs for the next book I'm working on for Albino Thunderbuns, which is Outliers. So Russ Leach is drawing that, and that's going to be rad. So that's his misperception. I guess you can like control your mind and shit. So
Mm.
that's going to be fun too. So I got so many pans in the. Where do you put a pan? In the frying? In the
On the stove.
maybe I need to put something in the fry. I have so many shrimp in the frying pan right now.
I think people would say you're spinning so many plates. You know, like you.
Spinning so
Yeah.
many plates.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got so many bitches up on my jock right now that it's just like blowing my mind.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
So yeah. Well,
You're like my dick's getting worn out by all these bitches.
And I got
man.
more than that going, but I'm not allowed to show them. I'll show you off screen, and I don't think Cecil would mind, but I painted a cover for Cash Grab too,
Mm.
and it's pretty fucking rad. So, yeah, that'll.
Well,
be
I
coming
haven't.
out.
I mean, he says I'm supposed to do something for it, but I haven't heard anything yet, man.
Did you get you got your fan art in there for sure, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And he sent you money already?
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
He paid me good, dude. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Yeah, me too, man.
I teared up a bit when I saw what he was offering me.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
got a nice little check from him too. I was like, that's fucking rad, dude.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I don't want to say too much, man. I don't want to break the spell that he's a cheapskate and all that, you know.
I know. I think that is the perception, but he's not. He's a very generous guy.
He is,
really
man.
Easy to work for compared to any. I've worked for a lot of people now, like a lot of people, and he's very easy to work with. So, yeah,
dude, for me, like, so I mean, I'm just doing fan art, but there's been times where I hit him up. I'm like, hey, man, would you change anything about this? And he's like, looks great. Like he doesn't
Yeah.
really he never like if I had sent it to Anna, man, I imagine it would have been just stripped down. That's not my face. That's not
Yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
all these nitpicks and shit. But with him, he's just love it. Looks great. And I'm just dude, it'd be cool to work for with him at the same time though, if you're looking for that challenge. But from what you told me, man, he would share it with some of the other guys, and they would, give their thoughts, and that would influence everything too. So,
Yeah, I mean, you could say it's weird. I'm just a colorist, but I've actually contributed quite a bit to the story, like just
mhm,
saying things, and then it
mhm.
ends up in the book, or I'll color something
Well, that's the way I
a
think I'd
certain
want it to
way,
be.
and
You
he'll
know?
yeah, I mean, he'll take I gave a character red hair, and so he did a whole bit in the book about that character's red hair because he didn't even think about the character's hair being red. So yeah, it's like, oh, that's cool.
Oh, I
Actually
heard you
contribute.
you suggested that balls should be
Oh yeah, there's
exploding or something,
yeah,
or
it was like this character is getting just blown to pieces. I mean, his pants are all ripped up. We should see his dick and balls blown off too. And so next
yeah.
thing I know, Cecil's like, "Do it," and Donald's sending me dick and balls, and I color them up and stick them in, man. They just got dick and balls everywhere, man. So
Yeah. See,
this
that's the
book
kind of
has.
collaboration I like to see on a book and know about, you know?
Let's see. Let's see. My reference files are full of
Oh,
stretch
God.
marks. I have reference files for Cash Grab. They're full of people with blackface, stretch
God.
nasty stretch marks, pimples, pus-filled pimples, and strippers on poles. That's like my reference file for
Now,
Cash
did
Grab.
you have
So
to search for these, or did you ever already have them on hand?
no, I searched for them. I found
Oh,
them,
okay.
and
I
yeah,
thought
I
you might have
found
a
them.
library.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I just got to do a cool cover that has Cecil on it for another project too. So yeah, and then did you see that Frog G thing we did?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So he bought be a character. I guess you got a trading card made after you, a character from
Hmm.
Unhinged
Hmm.
comic, and so everybody liked that so much that now it's gonna be an actual comic book. So I'm gonna do that with
Awesome, man.
Jason from Unhinged, and so yeah, I mean it's crazy. I just have so much shit now.
Yeah,
Now I
man.
don't have enough time to do nothing.
I really like the way that your colors married up to the line work on that one too.
Yeah, that's the thing though. There's certain people I can color some people and it's like it's okay, but then there's just certain people like me and Donald and me and Jason. Like when
Hmm.
I color and Sim too, Sim stuff too. It's like there's just certain people that my colors work great with. It's just the right combination and it works great. And the rest of them, it just looks okay. So they just want to see it. I'll show it here.
They just want to know your resource. That's all. They want
I'll
to
show
just
you. I'll
know
show.
where you
I
got it.
can show my reference.
Oh
Right.
man.
Let's see.
I've almost gone 2.5 hours, and you're about to get me struck. I feel it, man. I feel
No,
it.
no. Well, there
For
might be some.
for
Let's see.
indecency or something.
I'll skip over those titty. There's only I actually did look up a reference like a manga reference because I couldn't figure out the shading on some titties, so I did, and then I had to pull up a bunch of. Listen, Cash Grab is multicultural, man. We got all
Nice.
ethnicities in there, so I had to pull up black dudes and stuff. So and
Mm.
Mexican guys. I gotta see how I gotta see how this. I want the light to bounce off their bosoms and represent them the correct way. You know what I'm saying? So
You want to appropriate? That's what
yeah,
I'm
I'm
hearing.
appropriating their
Hmm.
lighting. I'm appropriating their lighting. Okay, let's see. Okay, I'll share my. Here's my. This is my reference file for Cash Grab. Let's see what we got in here.
Ba-bam.
So
You're
yeah, see we
live.
got. See, I pull up different lighting scenarios, but also there's a lot of extras in Cash Grab. So you're gonna find bulletin boards that have like the
Oh my
Fragaboom
god. Dude, I'm
logos.
seeing some of the thumbnails on that thing, man. I'm just like, oh my god, what are we in
Yeah,
store for?
yeah, and there's like picture frames full of like EVS and this weird gear, and I did a lot of stuff. Yeah, okay, this is like, you've seen the gangster in the warehouse, which
Mm-hmm.
is, based on Scarface.
Scarface, yeah.
So we got that in there. There's the for the cock crystal. Here, see these? See, I told you these are the good ones
Yeah, I
right
was.
here.
Oh god.
Yeah, so I had to. This is reference for the actual book, man. So I needed to see how the stretch marks look, man, and I couldn't take a picture of my own asshole, so I had to get some.
Oh god.
Yeah, I couldn't reach back there.
Was that Robbie Rodriguez? He just pulled his Twitter.
A little Robbie Rodriguez. See, and this is another. This is the other type of reference I had to get for Cash Grab, because we got sparkly chicks and stripper outfits in there. And,
Nice.
yeah.
Dude, it's one of the
Yeah, right here.
campaigns
Here's
I'm looking
another
forward to.
Here's another Cash Grab. Oh, I don't know if that one doesn't want to get big. Okay, never mind. Fuck you. Different kind of file, but yeah, we got.
Yeah, that one was one that stood out there to
Yeah,
me.
here's another one.
That one too.
This fella right here. Like, this is all Cash Grab, and Cecil needs to make. I need to make sure that Cecil's belly, and titties, and everything look realistic.
What room was that
Plausible.
picture taken in?
That's not me.
Dude, there's like a star print on the side. It looks like kind of like maybe a kid's room.
It's just some dude. So, and then we got here's pictures of EVS. We got a lot of John Malin hats and shirts in the book. A lot of all caps hats and shirts. We even got a little. See, that's the one right there. I'm not gonna blow it up, but you can see I had to get a little titties on there. But yeah, anywhere I could put posters and billboards and stuff on television screens. We got quite a bit of stuff. I don't know. Some of them I don't want to show because it gives stuff away. So, but yeah. See, told you. Got a big reference file, man. All about stretch marks. I think I have another one that's full of zits and stuff too. So, yeah.
I don't doubt it.
Oh yeah, dude. There they are. Pimples, and I just looked up sexually transmitted sores.
Oh
so
god.
So I can see what they look like. Blackheads, things like that. Wherever we have a close up, I want to put like pimples, zits, blackheads, things like that. And then like the grosser I make Cecil, it's like the more he likes it. It's just like, yeah. I did one where his belly is just like nasty, stretch marks, freaking zits popping, and it's just nasty, dude. And he's like, it's he. What did he say? He says, "That's disgusting. I love it." So, yeah, but he's been like one of the most chill dudes to work with, so it's been good. Plus, yeah, he's just real cool guy to work for. Contrary to popular belief, the FBI is gonna have a field day. Yeah, and so
man.
That's what you guys are in store for, man. So, enough about me and my vainness here. What's up with you, man? What's up with you?
Not much, man. This is just like a drunken return to streaming. We'll see if I stick with it or not. I might as well.
Yeah.
It's like breaking the seal kind of thing. But I was earlier in the whole thing. I was talking about like how last year, like you and I and Ron, like man, we were doing like regular stuff of this, but we were always up against somebody, always.
We couldn't get any viewers.
Yeah, and my viewership is kind of right around where we were anyways. Now I said like we lost some of the group that followed us. That was like. I don't know where anyone's at anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
It was like Testify and like part of the war campaign group, but they like kind of like broke off.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that.
Yeah, I don't either. And
see, what I did is I never stopped, I never blocked anybody.
I haven't either.
I just left it. I'm not gonna do that.
Hmm.
Fans are fans, even if they
Yeah.
hate you at the moment or whatever. Hopefully they'll come back around. So I didn't stop following anybody. I just I you know what? I just all I did was I went into my work. You know what? I had
Hmm.
books to finish, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm just gonna go into my books. I'm not gonna stream anymore right now. I'm just gonna get these fucking books done. And so now I'm starting to come out of that. I finished Cash Grab is done.
Hmm.
I got just like 3 more pages of Charlie's London, and that's done. That turned out
Nice.
to be a fucking fiasco because it's so much work, dude. It's so like every page is a cover. So
Mm.
you know her artist worked hours and hours, and then I would put another probably 10 hours into each page,
Mm.
just trying to make it look cool.
Yeah, I was saying also earlier, I was like, man, like anything I ever do, like whatever the time is I put on line art, double it up for coloring. Like
Yeah,
it's just like the more detail you throw in, that's just longer and longer
yeah,
coloring it out.
yeah. It's true, man.
And I don't know like where you were at because for the longest time you're looking for somebody to flat your shit, and
Yeah, I
that's like
finally did.
half the coloring work
Yeah, yeah. I
easily.
finally found. She's actually a pro. Well, she used to be a pro flatter for DC Image and
Mm.
Marvel,
Nice.
but I guess there's no work for her
Hmm.
anymore. So I had her flat. Her name is Anika on Twitter. If you guys need a
Yeah, I think
flatter,
I'm pretty sure I got a message from her or something. I was just like, yeah, I'm just doing fan art.
yeah.
You know,
So she's a
maybe when I do my own
yeah.
book. Yeah.
Can you get a book, man?
Yeah.
And so
But you were showing off some of the flats too for your.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think
And
it
so
was you. Yeah.
she's really good at flatting, which seems crazy. But you can be a bad flatter because I had like 9 bad flatters. So
Mm.
it's like where I had to like go in and redo it
Well,
myself. So
there's a part of me too that's like, man, like that's like guaranteed work. I mean, I wouldn't expect a whole lot of money for it, but like Eric Weathers doing all the lettering on stuff, man. Like, how many books is he like always letter? Like, you just hear him over and over and over again. Like, that's a check, you know.
yeah, yeah,
Um, so it's like guaranteed work. If anybody like wants to get something in, I just feel like I couldn't deal with the drudgery
it's
of
so
it,
tedious,
man.
man.
Yeah,
I hate it. I mean,
I do
I did
too.
some of my own flats when I
And
have
I don't
to,
even think I'm that good at it, Like
and yeah.
I notice I miss spots. Like there's constant uploads I do, and I'm just like, oh my god, I fucking missed this whole patch here or something. Like I'll see those spots, and I'm like, dude, I don't think I could cut it. Like it's the
Yeah,
worst part. It's the most like soulless part, I guess, of it. It's just I don't know.
yeah. I mean, it's like production work, and so
Hmm.
anyway, yeah. I just have her doing that, and then I actually got her hired on to the next project I'm working on, The Outliers. So she's actually flattening all those
Awesome.
pages right now, and that book is I'm like a week late starting that book already, and Russ already has so many pages done that look really good, and so he's more of an old school artist though, so it's gonna be a trip trying to color him and
Is he
figure out what's gonna look good.
Death Will Save Us guy?
Only death can save it. Yeah,
Yeah,
and I am
he's solid, man.
painting a variant cover for that. Preston did a fucking beautiful like painted cover for it that he tweeted out the other day, and so then I'm doing a painted cover over Russ's work, and I'm gonna do some real cool shit on that. So it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm preemptively late. We haven't. He hasn't set a launch date yet, so he's gonna have a lot of pages done before he launches, and he wants to make sure that.
That's the way. Yeah, that's the way to do
And
it, man.
the thing is, he has a budget. Actually, like this is not very common, but he has a budget already for the whole project, and so he can pay us for the whole project
Mm.
while in advance of launching. So that's pretty rare. So that's kind of cool. So.
Mm. That is awesome.
He's very organized, so when his stuff comes out, it's
Yeah,
gonna be ready to go.
he was one of Rot's regular co-hosts, man, at the tail end of his whole gig, and I digged him.
Yeah, he's on Bancroft now. He's like Bancroft's. What is it? What would you call him? Is it
Groupie?
co-host? I guess the groupie. Yeah,
No.
groupie. He's groupie.
His brother,
No, but the
brother
book.
across the
I think the
sea.
book's gonna be cool, and I like anything I work on though because I feel like I make. I like to make whatever I'm working on that's already good and make it better. I like being a
Hmm.
part of that. It's pretty cool. So, and it's gonna be cool this year because a lot of stuff I worked on is finally gonna be coming out, and I've been working on stuff for like a couple years now, and no one has seen like hardly anything I've done. So it's kind of strange, but yeah. So I've just been hanging low, and I've seen you posting all kinds of fan art. So
Yeah, yeah,
still
that's
out there,
that's just been
hustling.
my thing, man. But all of a sudden, I'm telling you, man, it's weird. I turned the around like the 500 count followers,
Hmm.
and at the same time, it's like all of a sudden everybody was like, "Hey, man, can you do this for me?" And I was just like, "Oh shit!" I got flooded, like
Nice.
all at once. Yeah, like it's kind of cool.
Well, the
Um,
trick is everybody wants you to do stuff. You just got to find people that want to pay you to do that stuff.
yeah, there is that. There is that. But I have somebody that's offering up money. Um,
Nice.
yeah, I just have to commit to the bit and get that done. But so far it seems all right. Seems cool. Seems like
Yeah,
it's going good.
it's fun to do when you're just doing it for yourself,
Hmm.
and then you're gonna have that little bit of burnout when it actually is like, oh shit, this is like an actual job that I have to do,
Yeah,
and
when you're
then that
suddenly meeting other people's demands and you're just like,
and
mm,
deadlines start to come in, and
yeah,
then people ask you to make changes you don't believe in, or ask you to, hey, can you do this like somebody else does it? That's the worst for me. Like,
I'd be
I
like, maybe
can,
she could contact
and
them.
I don't want to. Or they'll be like, can you do, hey, and they think I'm going to be excited. You want to like do this really simple coloring style? And I'll be like, absolutely not. No, I don't. That's not. If you want someone to do like cell shading, go find somebody that does cell shading. I don't do
Right?
that shit.
There's the projects that are too little for you, and the projects like way beyond what you want to do. Yeah,
It's like, yeah, I want to. I just
especially imitating somebody else, man. That's just like,
Jim
I
Cox is
don't know.
rad, dude. That dude's always like giving people shout outs. He bought a bunch of my artwork at an auction and he has it all
Mm,
hung up on his wall, dude.
nice.
He has the original Metal Mayhem Rock Boy character sketch, like the final design.
That was
Pretty
the Shea auction.
Yeah, the Shay auction.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's
She
awesome.
forgot me this last time. But whatever, I'm not bitter about it or nothing.
That just means you can upsell on an Ethan one, maybe. You know,
I don't know if I
cash.
can get on. I see.
Well, cash
I'm
grab
like
will be
I'm
fulfilling.
mid tier. I'm a mid tier.
Ah,
I
you've
don't
been
think I'm
on.
the
You
worst.
you got famous doing Ethan colors.
Yeah,
You're
I
on
did.
cash grab. Cash grab will be fulfilling somewhat soon, I assume, and all that. Like,
Yeah, I don't
yeah.
know. I know that I don't know anything. I know it's supposed. I know that people are getting posters already, and I know that the book is
Hmm.
completely finished. I know that, but
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know about the other book, the Dirt Worm
Cecil
Dog book.
said everything's done. It's on him now.
Oh man,
Yeah.
it's gonna be awesome.
Because it was waiting on Scotty Richard to do Dirtworm Doug, but he says everything's done. Now it's a matter of figuring
And
the whole thing out.
I gotta tell you, I was bitter that Scotty Richards got that job over me, but now, I mean, I'm so glad that he got it because holy shit, I could have never finished that and colored Cash Grab at the same time. Plus, he did such a beautiful job, man. I'm telling you, when you guys
Hmm.
see,
I saw some of the pages he posted.
holy
Yeah.
crap, dude, what Scotty Richards Studio knocked it out of the park. It's professional. It's beautiful. I think I am worried a little bit because I was a first time colorist and my style kind of changed during the book, so I don't.
Hmm.
It's gonna be a little uneven this first book. I think the second book is gonna be much better because I figured out how to do it, what worked best on Donald finally at the end there, and
Hmm.
I figured out where to spend my creative energy too. Because at the beginning I was like just spending like 15 hours coloring a page, and you can't do that and make any money. And so I figured out like, all right, I'm gonna pick this one element on the page, and I'm gonna make it so badass that everybody will look at that, and then the rest of it, I don't have to go as hog wild on. Just get
Hmm.
that punch. Make sure every page has something really cool on
Yeah,
it
you
for the
gotta you
people to
gotta
look
punch
at.
up the
Yeah,
clit, and just the rest of it's
yeah.
just a little
It's like
fan service. Yeah.
make that clit look really like shiny. Make it
Hmm.
really like the
Polish it
glint,
good.
or yeah, you have one nice shiny piece, and you can not slack off, but you don't have to go hog wild on the whole page.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, and so yeah,
yeah.
I think I'm really nervous actually because, like I said, it's my first book, and I definitely know that I look back on some of those pages now, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have did something else, but. That's learning and growing, and hopefully, book two is
I
just going
think
to be so
there's
good.
a portion of people that, well, especially artist types that like appreciate watching that growth curve, happen. I'm sure it happened for Donald too, like drawing out the inks and stuff, or the pencils, and figuring out the like flow of it. By the time like you've done, page 20 versus page 1, you've already kind of figured out, what the character looks like. You've solidified the design and everything like that. Like it's a whole
Plus, I
different
mean,
animal, you
I
know.
painted so many covers during that time, and I was working on other comics. So I mean, I started out with like 0 comic pages under my belt, and now I'm like a few hundred comic pages under my belt, and
Nice.
a lot of more paintings under my belt. So I feel like I leveled up a little bit, and I'm one of those. I always want to be learning, man. I still take
Yeah.
online classes, and like right now I'm learning how to do acrylic paintings because I want to be Preston, man. I want to be able to paint like that.
I saw you with your retarder and everything.
Yeah, you can't get much more retarded than that. So, did you know that Twitter, like I put that out, and it's an actual product. That's what it's called.
Yeah, I
And
know.
they put a offensive content warning on it. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I mean,
I'm not. I'm
oh
not
my,
too surprised, but
it's insane. What, like a chemical
you're in
that
what, Arizona?
what's that?
You're in Arizona, right?
Yeah, I'm in Arizona,
Yeah,
so yeah,
yeah. Like, dude, that is dry climate. You
you
need
have
like,
to have that.
yeah.
Yeah, like what I have is like this fancy. It's like what hairstylists use, and it's got like this microscopic mist that keeps and so I spray that on there, and it keeps the paint wet. Hey Russ, yeah, the acrylic painting is coming along pretty good. I'm waiting. I finished Charlie's London, then I'm actually gonna try to do a few like full on portraits, and because I think I've learned enough from doing like little small pieces. And you have to learn how to blend that. I really wanted it to look like oils, but acrylics dry so fast, and so I
Hmm.
found out that there's the combination of the retarder, and then you
Hmm.
got this fancy spray bottle that keeps everything moist without making the paint run,
Mm.
and those two, that was like the magic ticket for me,
Yeah.
and
You
then
have to find that sweet spot where you
glazing
like.
fluid.
Hmm.
Glazing fluid is
Yeah.
you just use a tiny bit of paint, and you got this. You just layer everything on like in
Mm.
Photoshop. You got one
Yeah.
layer, then you put your next layer on, and
Hmm.
yeah. And so I mean, I'm taking to it pretty good. I like it. I've already spent most of my cash grab money on painting materials, so I better learn how to do it. So I fucking ruined a lot of expensive brushes. Like
Nice.
I ruined like a $20 mop brush because I had no idea how to use it, and I just like fucked it up.
Mm. Now, going back to this comic, Cash Grab coming out when it's out. Honestly, it's not that late, guys. It
Okay, now
launched
this is
January last year as a
let's talk
campaign.
about this. Let's talk about this because I keep hearing this. Okay, here's what I hear. I've heard cash grab is every time someone gets mad at Cecil. Cash grab is 4 years late. Cash grab's 2 years late. Listen, if you read the campaign, you guys got to read the campaign. The campaign says the books were due out in January.
Yeah,
Now
of this
count.
year. Yeah.
It's not that late, especially in Comicsgate terms.
Yeah,
And you should
especially.
give us. I listen. I don't. You should give us a little break. It was Cecil's very first book, my very first book ever. I had no clue what I was doing. Neither did he. But
Well,
you
from
know
what
what?
I
It's
heard,
done. It's
yeah,
beautiful and it's coming. So,
like he held out on writing the pages out for like
dude, I
four
didn't even
months or
get.
something.
Okay,
Yeah,
I didn't even get pages till January. I didn't get any pages till January.
of this
So,
year.
yes, the
Jesus,
book,
all right,
the book really got color. You know, I was started coloring at the beginning of the year, really. So, yeah. So,
dude,
um,
that's actually phenomenal time then. To be
yeah, and
honest.
he was well. Donald had the whole book drawn before they really started sending me pages, and then he was in
Hmm.
the middle of revisions when I started coloring. So then we did have some, which I'm hoping we're gonna avoid in Cash Grab too. We had like overlap, so I would color a page, and then like the editor would be like had changed a bunch of panels, and then so I would have to recolor the page. So
Oh
there's a
God,
few pages that I colored like two.
dude,
One
that
page I
is.
recolored 4 times. So.
Oh my God, dude, that's the fucking worst. That's the worst. It's the hardest to change colors, man. Like line art is easy to change, but like fucking colors. Like anytime I've been like, I gotta redo this. Oh my God, it's just so many layers of shit you have to like change over. If even for
Yeah.
small changes, man.
Well, I had to learn
Oh.
how to. I like to just color all on one letter because I'm come from painting and I'm just like you have one layer, and so then I had to like be like, you know what, I need to be more like the Spartan Scotsman, man, and I need to have multiple layers and stuff that I can change on the fly, and that's something I learned too. You know, you have to learn how to make all them layers
Hmm.
mesh and still look good. So yeah, I learned a lot, man. Coloring comics is like its own beast. Like I was a digital
Hmm.
painter, I did children's books. The comics books is it's a whole different level than anyone understands. Like everyone thinks it's so easy, but until you get thrown 60 pages and said in a deadline and you need to make those pages look good or you're going to have a ton of pissed off fans. I
Hmm.
don't think that you can be you don't understand like how crazy it is. It's not as easy as everybody thinks. So, yeah.
Now this is the ultimate, I think, thing about Cecil is that he said no one was getting anything. It's all grift.
Yeah, he did the
Like,
opposite. He
yeah,
everyone's like buying this book. He's like, I'm not even gonna fucking give it to you. So and then he's like, now it's done. So
right. It's like you're actually getting something after you're told like I'm just taking your money and going with it. And I feel like I honestly feel like he could have done that like straight up. Been like this is seriously just like a performance art piece.
yeah.
Like I'm acting like I'm gonna do this, but I'm not gonna do this, and you're gonna act like you're gonna get something, but you're not gonna get something. And he probably still could have gotten like I don't know, 40, $50,000, like
Oh yeah.
out of it.
Yeah.
Did it seem like a joke at them? Yeah, yeah. Like I remember because I did all the promo shit leading into it. It was January 21st, I believe. 2020 is when he launched the whole campaign. It's not that late, guys. Like like I said, or
Yeah, I had this
Inkspot
on
said,
another chat. Someone was saying it was like 4 years late, and I was like,
nah.
dude, did you read the campaign? It said January. Now count. You can count the number of months that were late on one hand. I mean, yeah, it's like, and we've been put. Face it, Cecil did a good job. He did a lot of updates. Like, there's a lot of updates. He kept people informed.
Yeah,
He kept sharing pieces of artwork so people knew
I was
that we
surprised
were
by that.
working
Yeah.
on it. And
You would
yeah,
you would like under the radar send me stuff, and then I was like a week later it showed up in like my email as like an
yeah.
update on the campaign. I'm like, all right, I guess everyone's in on it, man.
Well, I didn't know he was. He showed a lot of
Yeah,
pages, but there's a lot. I mean, it's a 60-page book. Plus, you get the
yeah.
add-on, so that's a lot of pages. He didn't show everything. There's quite a bit that's, and he a lot of pages he just showed like clips, like pieces out of it. So, yeah. So, and I did I didn't get to hide as many Easter eggs and stuff as I would have liked, and I would have
Hmm.
liked to do like some more fancy stuff. But towards the end, the deadline was getting so tight. I was like, I just got to get this done. I didn't think it was ever going to end. It's a lot of work. 60 pages is a lot of work.
Yeah,
You don't.
man,
It's
no
a lot.
doubt,
So
dude. That's
yeah, I mean,
impressive. If you got all that shit at January and you've done now, that's impressive.
but it was so fun because I genuinely am a fan of Donald DeLay's artwork. I mean, he's like a combination of Scotty Young, and then like a lot of the Image guys. His influence are all like infused in there, and he's got manga influences in there. Like there's a lot of like manga panels in there. Like it's total manga comics. It's crazy, man. Yeah. So I love him. I love Donald DeLay and his stupid potty jokes, and hopefully I get to work with him for all through Cash Grab and the whole series. We'll see
Yeah,
how it
man.
goes.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, dude, I am almost at 3 hours.
Yeah.
I appreciate you coming. And dude, I feel like it's old times, like we're about to just jump over to your stream or something, man.
That's rad, man.
But thanks for coming on, and thanks for everybody dropping by. This is just like I just had that feeling, man. And I've had about 5 of you here with me the whole time.
The whole time. Man.
Yeah.
Steady.
Man.
A steady flow.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ethan is streaming right now, so.
Yeah. Like he's really sucking the viewership from me. Yeah.
He's not competition.
Yeah.
Let's
be real.
You're Lucius.
Yeah. What has he got on me? That guy. His toys.
$1 million.
His toys, his boxes.
$1 million. He's got $1 million. So.
His hardcovers. Whatever.
Whatevs.
All right, man. Thanks everybody coming by. I'm gonna stop it here, and I'll see if I'll make this a more regular thing.
Cool.
Jump back into the fray. I feel like it's like I said, last year was brutal.
Yeah.
I mean, just always somebody going live against you, but maybe it'll be a more regular thing. I'd love to be on the Ink Spots. I wish Rot was with us too, but we'll make do.
I miss the man.
I know.
I just want an update. I want to know he's okay.
I just want to know he's alive.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, he
Jesus.
was going so crazy there at the end, just because the world was crazy, and so.
Well, he seemed at peace on some level with it, like he's just like, yeah, it's crazy, but I'm making do.
Yeah, I just want him to come on and go like, I'm on a llama farm smoking.
Yeah,
dope,
yeah.
And I'm good, man.
Yeah.
Just
Like
let it
I
go.
was telling people, like the last thing he was asking for from me at least, and I think other people, was like, hey man, I'm looking at doing like intro bits for everybody. Provide some like artwork or whatever, so I can like, it's themed to you. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And then like shortly thereafter, it's like no word from anyone anywhere. It's like, you guys heard from him? No. So I don't know.
Every time I go on a stream, someone's asking about him too. So
Yeah.
hopefully he'll just drop us a line, let us know he's good, and
Mm-hmm.
we can get it.
I hope so.
Spreading around. So, yep.
All right. This is the end here. I'm going to take a look at that sweet Cash Grab 2 cover, though. I'll give you guys like a Twitter reaction then, Stay tuned. All right. Take it easy, everybody. Thanks for coming on. Double click.